There we go. I was getting very concerned that with the addition of the new cast member, shall we say, that the credits would mess up again like they did last time. Fortunately I should say, it was a great success. So, welcome back to Star Trek Adventures Damocles, where us four idiots completely mangle the D20 system by Modiphius and just basically fuck around in the Star Trek universe. Right, one quick announcement I need to make, which is regarding next week. Because of loads of stuff that's going on over the weekend, not only will Endgame be on, but I think, Andreas, you said you were going to be away, and I'm probably going to be busy all day that day. There won't be a stream on the 27th of April. It's also my birthday weekend, so that's why I'm going to be busy that weekend. I'm probably going to be, if it's anything like last time, I'm going to be dragged out by my family, forced to do things and have fun, and I'm going to be absolutely knackered by the end of it. So I'll just be off. There's no point in me just sitting and just going and vegetating. So, because mentally I just would not be able to deal with it. Much as I'd like
people
to,
pay to watch anything. I'm sure you could probably get people to watch that.
I'd just get a camera on Chloe, just put her in the chair. I'm sure people would. In fact, the views would probably go up if I did that.
I mean, you could make just a stream where we rant about how good Endgame is without even spoiling anything.
It'd just be me sitting there.
I mean, to be fair, getting your cat to sit in one chair for 3 hours would be impressive.
Oh no, it would just be a picture of her.
Oh, right.
I'll just record her in the chair, take a picture of her. In fact, where is she? I don't know if she's asleep. So she'll turn up. But to say, it does mean that it will be a break between this episode and the next. So it won't be on the 27th. It will be 2 weeks after that one. So think of it as a mid-season break. But anyway, first things first. Couple new people in chat I've noticed. Just to remind you, once the game starts, I will be covering up the chat, and I will read any messages and stuff like that during the break and towards the end. It's basically because it's too distracting for me otherwise, and I'll keep doing this. I'll lose track of what I'm doing and everything else like that. So I will read that now. Message just popped up, so I'm going to switch over to Roll20, and I'm going to start with the recap for. Oops, let's get myself organised for last time. Last time we left things, the crew of the Damocles, having just returned from the weapons test, were rather shocked to discover that a sizable fleet had left through the wormhole without them. On investigation, this actually turned out to be a deliberate act by, at the time, an unknown person. Not long after this was discovered, a distress call was sent by the fleet. When the Damocles and the other ships started to arrive, what they found was a massacre. The Bendrazi, in a unheard of up until this moment before, had effectively declared war on the Federation by destroying approximately 10 ships, including, but not limited to, the s2e12 and the USS Echo, which is the Damocles' sister ship. Almost, I'd say probably 99% identical, with a few minor little tweaks here and there and other bits and pieces. It was the production model if the Damocles was the prototype. On board one of those vessels, namely the aforementioned s2e12, was a Bajoran by the name of Wakon Ra. Is that correct? Wakon Ra? I'm going to get the pronunciation right. He led the crew to what was the remains of his ship. Only there wasn't much left of only his ship, but of everything else. The bulk, I suppose you could say, of the Damocles' sister ship had been taken. There was wreckage, sure, some of it Bendrazi, some of it Federation, but nowhere near enough to account for 10 Starfleet ships. A rather, shall we say, astute theory, which was very quickly proven correct by Tolic, showed that what had remained of the ships had in fact been taken by a massive Bendrazi fleet. This wasn't a happenstance event, this was a deliberate trap. This was... somebody had sent the fleet to this coordinates for the exact reason to get captured and destroyed. Back on Deep Space Nine, one of the other survivors revealed through a form of, not so much mind meld, but telepathy with one of the Betazoid counsellors on the station, that they had been brainwashed and the mental version of a booby trap had been placed in their minds. But images were gleamed momentarily, and one of those images of the people who had sent them there, who was under the control, who was brainwashed by the Bendrazi, was a Vulcan admiral that the crew, all but one of the crew, I should say, knew. And specifically one definitely had two had a history with from day one. Admiral Tulloch. That's her name. What makes matters worse is that she, along with a few others, was the designer and conceptual lead, for want of a better term, behind Project Damocles in the first place. If anybody knew anything about this class of ship, it was her. So we now cut to the bridge of the Damocles. Make sure that goes on there. There we go. The Damocles is currently heading at basically high warp with small bursts of slipstream whenever the coils recharge to Earth. Davrin, knowing the possibility that the Bendrazi may decide to pop through the wormhole, suggested he stays on Deep Space Nine. As far as anyone's concerned, publicly, it's Captain Pruitt trusting his first officer to hold down the fort. But you and the senior staff know the real reason why Davrin has stayed behind. If another Bendrazi fleet, or a Bendrazi fleet I should say, decides to make its way through the wormhole, he's probably the only person who can stop them and turn them back. So keeping him there is a safety measure. The bridge is unusually pensive and silent. Captain Pruitt has asked, well, he's pretty much dragged Wacom along as well. Although officially he's not part of the crew, he knows that as far as anyone else is concerned, you're the only person outside of the Damocles' crew who knows what's going on. And having a independent person who doesn't have a connection to the Admiral will help their case once they arrive on Earth, because it's been sort of well known that there's been a bit of a rivalry, bit of a not an argument between Damocles' crew and Admiral Tulloch, but every time she has dealt with this particular crew of her ship, as she sees it, she has come the closest a Vulcan has ever come to losing their cool. Some take it as a pride of honour, others are slightly concerned by this matter. But it's become a bit of a thing that they know that let's just say the Damocles and the Admiral have a bit of a history. So by having a neutral party along, it will help things. That and the fact that you know what happened, that your orders were changed. You were sent your ship along with others at the last moment. And as I say, the bridge is unusually quiet as you speed towards Earth. Captain he's not saying anything, he's just sitting, staring at the view screen, almost willing the ship to go faster. He knows he can push the slipstream drive to its maximum power, but doing so will probably shake the ship apart. In fact, the first time it actually went that fast, it almost did. It's not something he wants to risk. So he's a bit tense and a little bit agitated. But what are you three doing?
I'm spinning around in my chair.
Can the chairs? Oh yeah, the can spin, can't they? Yeah. So imagine, now Wacom, you've been now you're used to obviously the helm and the navigation of an Akira class. You've heard and seen what the more advanced starships can do in Starfleet, but this is literally your first time at the helm of literally the most advanced, technologically pimped out ship in the fleet.
Yeah. No, I'm psyched.
Yeah.
I'm having fun.
Yeah, Lieutenant Ricky, Lieutenant Junior Grade, I'm just going to call him Lieutenant Ricky. He's just sort of sitting there, it's like, I still can't believe it. They actually destroyed your ship.
Yeah, I wasn't piloting, so that's why.
Even so, man, that's just... I mean, we've had scrapes of the Damocles before, but not only the ship, but the entire fleet that you went with. That's... Damn, dude.
Yep. Raul is just like letting it all pass over him, like he's not dealing with it at all. He's just like putting it away in his emotional storage locker and just letting the current situation wash over him.
I mean, I think the fact that Ricky's also a fellow Bajoran as well, he's like, dude, I'm here, if you need to talk, I'm here, kind of thing. He's although we both had different upbringings, you're both in Starfleet, you're both Bajorans. You've got someone you can talk to. That's why he's trying to sort of...
Chris,
yes?
Brian cannot hear us anymore.
Oh, okay, no audio. All right. That's not bad. Can everyone else hear me?
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay, let me just check this. Last time, one glass of red stripe. Yeah, pretty much. How's the audio from people watching? Try restarting Discord if you're having.
Okay. While that's going on, I'm just gonna plug in my internet cable because this is a bit choppy for me.
Okay. Technical difficulties. Yay!
As usual.
Right, so in the meantime, Tira, what are you doing? What are you up to?
Tira is looking very concentrated and focused on her consoles,
Okay.
but not.
Just to warn everyone in chat, the chat windows are going to go a bit strange. Don't panic; it will sort itself out.
But not for sensors or anything like that because they're on board. It's everything safe.
Yeah.
It's just she just is reading up on temporal dynamics and technologies, and as we all know, it's a bit confusing.
Yeah, even the top scientists if you're non-Vulcan, temporal mechanics makes most people go cross-eyed. In fact, even a few Vulcans just go, yeah, bollocks to this. Oh no, I've gone cross-eyed. Oh, apparently Brian's Discord has full-on crashed. Lovely.
Oh.
Okay.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, bridge to engineering. Reboot the computer core.
Bridge to engineering.
Pressing random button.
If in doubt, turn it off and on again.
Bridge to engineering. Have you tried it? Yeah, on and off and on again.
Yeah, you just hear this swearing in Romulan coming from the engineering. No, Romulan with a little bit of Bajoran mixed in as well. Because the chief engineer is technically Bajoran. In fact, there's actually 3 major Bajorans now on the ship. I just realised that. Didn't plan that.
That's time.
Yeah.
That's time.
Well, it's a true Federation vessel. There's there's loads of Bajorans. There's definitely at least 3 Vulcans. Quite a few humans, 2 Trill, and I'm pretty sure there's a couple of Andorians.
Especially a Trill in a major role.
Yeah, 2 Trills actually in a major roles if you think about it. So yeah, looking at the computer library. Yeah, temporal mechanics, man. It's this is definitely something that makes even most people's brains hurt. Vulcans, although they understand intellectually the whole mechanics behind it, it still requires that little bit of
creativity.
Yeah, it's I mean, if it could be boiled down to pure science in such a way that was predictable, the Vulcans would be masters of time travel. But because it requires that little bit of artistry, almost that little bit of creativity, it's something that a lot of them can't grasp. I mean, the only reason why Spock was able to do it was because he was half human, and his brain could handle being, the necessary computations, but at the same time add his own personal spin on things, which is why the sink shot maneuver worked. Unfortunately, anyone else who tries to do it either gets catapulted into deep space or burns up. Even computer simulations can't recreate it. But you do the best that you can to understand at least the basics of it. Mm-hmm. But this is going to take a while, and you're going to...
And how chronotrons aim to misbehave.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's... You can always imagine the person writing the article gets about halfway through and goes, yeah, just don't bother.
Here's the rules, and now on the first page and the last 200 pages are the exceptions to the rules.
Yeah, but make it up as you go along. And be warned of the Department of Temporal Investigations. They will be up your... Tonic, what's your take on things right now? What are you up to? So just currently on the bridges.
Yeah.
So Wacom's chatting with Ricky about stuff.
Yeah, fiddling with the sensors to improve the efficiency of tracking Bendrazi signatures.
Yeah,
might be
just for the giggle, just to sort of get the roll rolling. Let's roll good old science and insight. The standard. I like rolling that one. Okay. Yeah. It's whilst you can't specifically scan for Bendrazi signatures right now, because you need an active one to do it, you certainly believe that the next time you encounter the Bendrazi, you would be able to know what to look for a bit easier.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably the best way to describe it. Is you would need to have an active signal to go, aha, that's what it is. That's what that does. But because there's so many variations and cobbled togetherness now there, it's not just one culture. I mean, if it's a Federation ship, you scan one Federation ship, you pretty much know what their data signatures and their warp signatures are going to look like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay.
Same with the Klingons, same with the Romulans. There's always that uniformity. But with the Bendrazi ones, there's that variability, there's that change. They don't seem to fit the regular pattern. And it's one of the reasons why they've been notoriously difficult to track down, because you think you're tracking down one ship, but it's not. And then it's... You all know the reasons why that is. The Captain Pruitt, he's not happy right now. Oh yeah, by the way, 2 momentum, don't forget. Get momentum as well.
Oh yes.
Captain Pruitt just gets up. walks into his office. Doesn't say anything.
3, 2, 1. Do we hear him shouting or cursing?
No,
That's unusual.
very.
That's even scarier.
Malcolm, you do notice on your panel there's a indicator that says there's an outgoing signal.
Okay. I don't say anything about it because it's discretion.
Yeah, but it's after a few minutes, the captain comes back out, and he has a determined look on his face.
Everything okay, Captain?
Yes, Tira. I just had to make a phone call. I was not phone call. Huh? So I've been hanging around with humans too long. I just had to make a call to Starfleet Admiralty that I was dreading, and I was putting off as long as I could regarding Tulloch. Let's just put it that way. We've been asked when we arrived at Earth to meet with Admiral Miles Clarvin. Now, I don't. Yes, and it's like. Now, I know you don't recognise him, Rackham, but basically he was one of the other people who helped to design the Damocles.
He's a fun guy.
Yes, he is actually a semi-decent person, but with everything else that was going on, I had to make sure, well, I can't even make sure 100% that he hasn't been compromised, which is why, and he's like Tolek, and he's agreed to this. Can you mind meld?
I cannot, Cap.
Pooh. And you see, it's like, right then, that's buggered that plan. Oh well, I have to wring it by the seat of our pants. Sorry for it. Well, we'll soon find out.
Can't we just take simple brain scans of the medbay from them?
That might work, but it's. I would rather get it from the Targ's mouth. Is that the right expression? Is it the Targ? And it's like one of the humans in the bridge just goes, "Horse, sir." Oh, right. Okay. From the horses. Why the horse? I don't know. Anyway, it sort of gives the very short expression. I suppose we might have to do that. Very well, in that case, Tolek, when we arrive there, can you make sure you bring your medical tricorder, please? I think the EMH has one that's calibrated for at least surface scans, but if it's as deep as the other ones, we do not want to go and risking. We don't know what these brainwashing bastards have done.
Absolutely, Captain.
I mean, first of all, it was those bloody parasites. Then it was the Dominion and those shapeshifters. This is more insidious than anything else because they've literally turned our own people against us. This isn't, taking them over physically. This isn't replacing them. This is literally turning them into traitors, and they have no control over it. Again,
Let's hope the worst option isn't true. That they're doing it for just a free will.
if it's their free will, that actually makes it worse, in my opinion.
Yeah. That's why I said it's the worst option.
I totally agree, Tara. Sorry. No, sorry, that was Chris's fault. Sorry, I was thinking of something else. The captain is just. Now, all but Wacom, you've served with him for a long while now, and whilst he likes to piss around and do things, when push comes to shove, he does get the job done. And it took many people a while to see it, but when you spend enough time around him, you get to see why he has become the captain and why he was given the Damocles as a project, because he works well in a odd, weird environment with us. Some captains work very well with Vulcans. Some work very well with, say, Andorians. The captain works when there's as many people, as many different species around him as possible. In fact, he seems to thrive on it. He doesn't like everything being the same and boring. He likes things to be exciting and different and strange. He's the perfect fit for this chair. But you will still notice he still keeps gripping every now and then the arm of the chair. Not as bad as he was when he saw the destruction of the fleet, but it's enough that people who know him recognise that he's getting very stressed.
Can I ask you a question, Captain?
Yes, Tira.
Why aren't we going directly for the Admiral herself?
Because at the moment we don't know where she is.
Okay, that's fair.
Apparently, and this will make you laugh, apparently just after the fleet left, she decided to take a leave of absence.
How convenient.
Yes. To parts unknown. Which is very unusual. Exactly, yes. I don't even have to look at Tonic to know that he's raising an eyebrow right now.
You feel it at the neck,
He's legitimately
right?
saying this as he's looking at Tira, and whilst Tonic's in the background, eyebrows pretty much above his forehead sort of thing. But yes, I have my suspicions as to why she left, but if we are to hunt down an admiral, we can't do this on our own. We need authorization. We need someone on our side backing us up, because if we just go after her wherever she is, arrest her, bring her back, our careers will be over.
Not if you have the evidence.
That's another thing we need as well. But if she is as smart as we think she is, the evidence is probably not going to be that easy to find.
How smart can a Vulcan be? Zero says with a grin.
Captain does actually slightly smirk on that one, as you say that. It's certainly going to be a interesting day. And again, Wacom, you noticed that on your panel, I was not the alert, but what do we call it? The navigation signal shows that you're due to drop out of warp for Earth in less than a minute.
We're only a few seconds away from Earth, Captain.
This is going to be interesting. Take us out of warp.
Yeah, they take us out of warp.
As the Damocles drops out of warp, you see before you the blue planet that pretty much everyone who's been in Starfleet recognises, because you've all probably been here to do your Starfleet training. You can see Starbase 1, the giant mushroom, just floating in orbit. You see there's hundreds of ships in orbit. Quite a few civilian ships, a respectable number of Federation Starfleet vessels. There's a few other non-Federation vessels that you don't realise. You think there's a Klingon ship over there, just fancy maybe a Romulan ship or something like that, but not in numbers that concern people. It's the relationship with the Klingons and the Romulans has been on the rise since the end of the Dominion War, and whilst it's unusual to see them in orbit, it's not alarming as it used to be. It's more a case of, there's a Romulan ship. It's that kind of level of, oh crap, there's a Romulan ship. Flight control to Damocles. Welcome to Earth. good to be back at flight control. Requesting permission to beam down directly to Starfleet headquarters, please. The person on the view screen is giving a bit of an odd look. It's like, may I ask why? Unfortunately, this is under direct orders from Admiral Clarvin. I am not at liberty to discuss why I am here. I'll be beaming down myself and several crew members, just to let you know. One moment. Just needs over taps. Looks like sending a message. Okay. Very well, you've been cleared. Being beamed down at your convenience. The sends us over some coordinates, and the view screen goes back to showing the view of Earth. Captain First stands up. Alright. Tolek, I'm going to need you with me.
Yes,
Tara,
Captain.
you two, I need somebody I can trust to watch my back in case there is shenanigans going on. Dav, fuck. You there, Womble. And he's kicking his fingers at Wacom.
I'm pointedly ignoring him until he remembers my name, because I'm slightly insulted.
Captain, his name is Lieutenant Varcom.
What did I say?
He didn't say anything.
That's what I thought. Hold on to it, Gold Star.
He's just sitting there pointing at me, and no one has any idea what he's talking about.
Lieutenant Wacom. Wacom Ra.
Yes.
You're with me. And you're waiting. Computer, who is in the next chain of command for comm duty? And the computer says words that send shivers down the captain's spine. Lieutenant Junior Grade Ricky Tobias.
We're all gonna die. And I look at Ricky.
So Ricky's just like, wait, so yes, but Davrin's not here. You're the only one who's qualified to be on bridge command. Ricky's face just lights up with a, look, you're in bloody orbit of Earth, okay? You're just sitting in the chair, it's just for official purposes. And he pretty much walks over and leans and says, and if you mess anything up, I will bust you down to ensign faster than I can click my fingers. Do I make myself clear? There's a... Good. Right. Come on, you lot. We're being down to Earth.
I just tap Ricky on the, pat him on the shoulder as I walk by, and then I whisper, "Don't screw it up." And as I walk by,
No
Well,
pressure.
that
Before he
is
leaves
happening. Yeah.
Before he leaves the bridge, he's just like, computer. This is transfer command codes to Lieutenant Junior Grade Ricky Tobias.
While that is going on, Todek would quickly password protect the party protocol.
You sort of the captain gives you the nod as you go, like, thank you. It's like,
Still looking at Ricky while I go to the turbo lift. I make this.
so no pressure. As the turbolift doors close, you do actually hear very faintly, computer, engage party protocol. Protocol locked. As the turbolift doors close, you just hear, son of a the turbolift takes you to the transport room. A few minutes later, all of you arrive on Earth in the... So I don't know what the proper term is for it. The not arrivals lounge, but the transporter room. I suppose you could call it the destination, the arrival hub. I suppose it's probably the...
Yeah, we know what you mean.
Yeah. So, and even the captain turns and goes, "This doesn't look like the Admiral's office. I thought I requested a site-to-site transport." Like, yes, the operator, yes, sir, that's actually correct. The Admiral himself actually requested to meet you here. And as he says that, the doors open. Now, this is mainly for Brian, but you two recognise him straight away. It's a Tellarite Admiral walks into the room. He's pretty short, even for a Tellarite. Yeah, he is the proverbial space dwarf. And has Wacom seen Tellarites before or interacted with them? Would you say?
I was raised by humans on a Federation colony, so
you've probably encountered a few.
I've
But even for Tellarites, he is an ugly son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And he takes pride in that.
Admiral, permission to speak freely?
Permission granted, Lieutenant.
You look uglier than ever.
Tira, you always knows how to charm me. Captain.
Admiral?
Sonic. And he sort of looks, it's like, who's this fella? Pointing to Wacom.
Yeah, I guess I salute because he's an admiral.
Don't do that shit in here. Don't be doing that.
Okay. Like, I slowly take the salute.
Like, when we're outside, yes. In public, yes. But when you're dealing privately with me, I don't hold any of that bollocks. So I learned a new word from one of my human friends. It's the word bollocks. It means testicles. It amused me greatly when I found that out. Apparently he said I have a face like one, and I couldn't stop laughing like one. Like fuck. I'm getting distracted.
I lean over to Tolek and ask if he's really an admiral.
He most certainly is.
I can't actually hear you.
It's good.
Good. There's a sort of almost awkward silence as he's. I mean, the best way to describe him, in terms of personality, is think like Gimli from Lord of the Rings in terms of attitude and the way he's like stands and he's. I mean, although he's got a really ugly face, he's got a few scars and bits and pieces on it. You can even tell through his uniform, he is one muscular Tellarite. Very, he's short. He's got one hell of a beer belly, but you can see he's got the muscles to go along with it.
I don't know how good he can discuss things, Admiral, but he's on our side. He knows the truth and can help us.
That's good. Yeah, see, the reason why I requested to meet you here rather than allowing you to go site-to-site transport is, actually, he turns to your operator and goes, Can you give us 5 minutes? This is, it's a bit delicate, lass. And she goes, yes, sir. So don't bloody salute me. She leaves the room. He walks out the door. Deep, deep, deep. And you can see that the security protocols kicked in. It's like, ironically, this is probably one of the safest places for you to beam in right now. See, after the incident with the fleet that went through to the Gamma Quadrants, and the he does the air quotes, the disappearance of our mutual friend, accidents started to occur around the academy, and then you could just minor ones, nothing that at first glance you would think would be, students, pranks, things like that, but they started happening more frequently. Like, one particular student got hurt by a phaser that backfired. It happens, and then another student decided to attack one of their teachers. One of the groundsmen was caught trying to break into one of the computer calls, and when one of the other captains, probably about 2 days ago, I would say, tried to beam into his office, it was only then that we discovered a scattering field had been placed in his office. Yeah. Yeah. Now I don't think I've got a strong stomach, but guess who found him?
The atoms didn't scatter immediately.
No. He was still alive when I found him. Well, what remained of him. So you can see why I didn't want you beaming into my office until we've had a chance to properly check it out.
I just lean over to Captain Purrs. I can pilot a shuttlecraft, right? We can do that to leave.
That's something we'll certainly keep in mind. So, anyway, how you been? it's just like you can see he's looking like he's trying to.
Fine. I mean, an entire Pendrath is red. Weapons of mass destruction. Romulans wanting to obliterate us. Fighting the Klingons couldn't be better.
So, standard day for Starfleet, really.
Yeah.
I lost the prettiest ship in the fleet, and Walker tears up a little.
What ship was you on now?
It's the second prettiest ship in the fleet.
It's like, for the moment, he just puts his head up and goes, "Not now, Tara."
It was the Salish Sea, sir. And I'm sort of like drifting off a little bit.
Yeah, that's like
dreaming of the curves.
It's sort of like, it's never nice to lose a ship and your comrades, lad. Mourn him in your own time. But for now, and he's standing for it. He's actually been surprisingly not gentle but paternal, I suppose you could say. It's probably the best way to come across. It's like, mourn him in your own time and in your own way. But for now, I need you to focus. You with me?
Yep.
Good. I understand it's a Ral, was it? Rackham Ral?
Yes, sir.
You have a background in investigative journalism, I believe.
Yes. I've like completely shifted away from.
Yeah, it's like that actually might come in handy. And the captain's looking at the admiral, going, as if he's trying to figure out what's going on. Like, why don't you for a walk with me? I'm going to take a little walk to the our favourite admiral's office. Oh, and actually, before we go, Mr. Tolek.
Yes, Admiral?
I believe there's something you need to do to me first.
If you have no objections.
Should we leave you in private?
It's not an anal probe, you disgusting Andorian.
You can stick a probe wherever you want.
I heard you are in some perverted things, you ugly Tellarites.
I love working with Andorians. They really know how to throw an insult. Anyway, you still stand there. Scan away.
So that will take out the tricorder.
Yeah.
Opening it. Look. Admiral, I'd require you to remove your uniform.
That's it up, and he strips down, butt naked.
And I'm like,
he's
slowly turn around.
He's standing there in the transport room, butt naked.
Cheer down.
So it's like,
oh my.
it's like what you see, lass. And he's pretty much, for want of a better expression, he's presenting himself right now. There is a bit of a knock on the door over here. Admiral, you're okay in there? Yep, don't worry, just don't come in. We're gonna open the door. We're gonna open this. You can hear this is cutting out. So, but last thing here is right, break the door down.
Tredek will very slightly raise an eyebrow and then just scan, noticing his failed attempt at humor.
He does at my side. Yeah, make sure you scan every nook and cranny, lad.
He will
This,
start.
this is going to be a, I'm going to say science and good old science and insight for you. This is going to be a 2 because you're scanning for a very specific thing.
Yeah.
But that's even factoring in your focus on xenobiology.
Okay.
Could normally be 3, but I'm lowering it to 2.
Yeah. Okay. Do we have momentum?
You should
1.
You should have 1.
I would take that.
Oh, I should have 2 for it as well. Sorry, my bad. There you go. Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah. You
Take one back.
Yeah, you do perform a very, very thorough scan, and only the body, in case there's anything hidden away of his mind, and you can't find any markers or indicators to show that his mind has been tampered with. Now, you know that doesn't necessarily mean he is 100% in the clear, but if he does have any kind of programming or anything like that, it's buried deep. But from what you can tell, he seems okay.
All right.
He seems okay.
Any illnesses I can detect?
Yeah, I got this bit of a rush, and I don't think you want to know about it.
No, he'll just doing the scan. Does he?
It's nothing bad. It's just literally just a bit of athlete's foot or something like that. It's just no way he's been, well, the Tellarite equivalent. And as he's sort of bending down to do that, unfortunately, this is when the doors open and the poor engineer officer gets a eyeful of a Tellarite butt naked bending down
In front of a Vulcan.
in front of a Vulcan. And he just looks up and goes, "Not a word." I said, and the door just closes.
And now cough.
But he very quickly.
You are in. There is nothing detectable, Admiral, and you appear to be in excellent health.
Excellent. The wife will be pleased. Right, I best get dressed. I don't want to scare the locals. He puts his clothes back on and does actually like, right, as I say, let's take a walk, shall we? And as you go back out, you do actually see there's a couple of engineers with very sort of startled, wide-eye expressions on their face with a, and they just turn and walk away. Right. A few minutes later, you arrive at the Admiral's office wing. And you can see that there's one particular door that has been sealed. The nameplate reads Admiral Tulloch. As I said before, and he's looking at Wacom for this one. You said background investigative journalism. Have you ever investigated I don't want to call it a crime scene because technically no crime scene's been committed here, but is that something you've ever looked at?
My first trip to Earth, I was on a journalistic exchange with the Federation News Network during the Breen attack during the Dominion War.
Yeah, I thought I recognised the name, but it's there's a lot of good people that day as well.
I was still a kid, but I saw a lot that day. I don't think this is going to be.
No, it wasn't. It was. That's it. I remember your name was mentioned in one of the dispatches. That's where I remember it. It was one of the. In fact, one word. You seem good to get out the beep 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 thing. It's like computer. Get you call up a Federation News Network. Breen attack, Dominion War, and it gives the date. I can't remember what it is, and calls it all up, taps it in, taps it. You see him tapping your name, and you actually do see there's a few pictures of the attack on Earth by the Breen, and you actually do see one of them. It's very small, very young, Wacom, being carried out of by someone who's like it's not like a clear picture. It's like sort of like. Kids being evacuated, that kind of thing. And just
Aren't you a bit young for that?
Well, Wacom or Rawl is like 30, so this would have put him at like 9-ish.
That's what Tira is asking Wacom that.
I showed an aptitude, and I pursued it.
Yeah. Far I can remember it. Anyway. So there's a bit of a lore dump there.
Yeah.
So he goes over to the security console by the door. It's like, computer, remove security lock from Admiral Tulloch's office. Password Alpha Alpha 919 Alpha. You see the security field shimmer and drop. The door opens. Now, I need to ask you three if you can have a little poke around in here. Me and the captain have private matter to discuss. So if you three could have a little look around, see if there's anything that the idiots around here have missed. But, well, I say idiots, they may have been under influence of the Admiral, directly or indirectly. So I know you... Actually, where is the third one? Where's that true?
He is staying behind on a special assignment, Admiral.
Understood. Well, do you think between the three of you should be able to at least find something in there? I want the office metaphorically turned upside down. I want any clues to find out where she's gone. And say, Captain, like I say, we have that other matter to discuss. We can go to my office. Don't worry, it's been cleared. And you see he just points down the hallway, and you can see his office is just down there. And they take a slow walk down and go in.
Her personal logs would be start.
Plants.
There's no plants. This room is.
Damn it.
This room is. Let's just say Tonic would approve of its minimalism. It is a Vulcan's office. There's no window. It's an internal office. It's windows are a distraction. There is a view screen. There's a desk. There is a cabinet with the traditional DIC symbol on it, and what looks like a I don't want to call it what the proper term is for it, so I'm going to call it a meditation mat. That's a sort of resting in the corner, almost like exactly in the corner. There's a chair, a desk, and a computer, but it's literally nothing else. It is an empty office.
Looks like Felix quarters.
Yeah,
Is it a replicator?
Yes, that's a standard. Yeah, it's a standard thing. Replicators. They're sort of built into the wall. But I mean, the actual office itself is empty.
Tira, Lieutenant. Brian. Is it? I'm getting confused with names. Which do I use to address your character, Ral or Wakeham?
The character doesn't. You can call me Lieutenant Raw or Lieutenant Wacom if you.
But John, where would be Lieutenant Wacom?
Yeah. And then Rawl is the first name. But you can call me Lieutenant Rawl if you want. He would be totally fine with it.
That was me, not Tonic. Okay.
You're right. Yeah.
For those who don't know, Bajorans traditionally give their surname or their family name first, followed by their given name, which is why sometimes it would be a bit confusing. So,
in my case, it's the adopted name first, and then my personal name second.
Right. Okay. Thanks. Okay. Tira, Lieutenant Wacom. I would like to propose a theory about the influence that could be had on members of the Academy. There are, I believe, 2 places that are frequented by nearly everybody. One would be the commissionary, canteen, whatever you call it.
Canteen's fine.
Yeah. And somebody who would have access to nearly all areas would be janitorial staff. I thought it prudent to share this information with you before we continue the search of this room.
Tira,
It's a good idea.
Before you do it, can you very quickly make me a security and insight roll, please?
I can try.
You got
Yes.
You can do.
Is that with constantly watching?
Yes.
So what's the difficulty?
This one was it's a Vulcan. I'm going to say this is going to be a 3.
With constantly watching?
Yes. Remember, she's very intelligent and she's a Vulcan.
Okay, I'll take that one momentum. I don't have a usable focus, but I have momentum.
Boom. Spot on. You do actually notice at the corner of your eye, the room isn't as empty as it first seems. There is not so much a laser tripwire, but there is definitely a a sensor placed just at ankle height to detect if anybody comes into the room.
I immediately hold my arms out to stop Tolak and Vakam.
Well done.
We have a little surprise here, and Tira bends down to take a closer look.
Yeah, as you bend down, I'm not going to make you re-roll now because it's all part of the same roll. But yeah, you see that this is definitely, the way it was positioned, this is definitely not something most people would have noticed when they walked in. Now, your security training, you're always, especially your focus, always looking, it's like, most people walk into a room, their eyes are straight ahead. A security officer is looking up, looking down, looking to the left, looking to the right, checking the corners. And it's when you did that, it's when you noticed the sensor. And whilst it wasn't obviously hidden, it was positioned in such a way so even if someone just stuck their head in and have a look, it wouldn't look out of place. But if you didn't have any security training, but you do.
Does the sensor trigger an alarm or the signal to a place?
It looks like it sets off a something in this office. That's all you can see so far. Because you didn't get, although you got a good roll, you didn't get a great roll. So you can tell it's very short range, this sensor, and it's pretty much pointing into the office. So you think something will happen in this office if you'd have walked through that, but what, you can't tell.
Can I disable it?
You can give it a go. Again, this will be now you know the trap's there. This is going to make it a bit easier for you. So this will be, I'm going to say this is going to be an engineering one. This is going to be, I'm going to say engineering and control because it's small and a bit fiddly. Difficulty of 2.
And I only have
Again,
2.
that's factoring your hacking ability as well.
That's perfect. So I have a slight chance.
Not doing too bad. Yeah. It's fiddly. It's very fiddly. You can tell this was designed by a Vulcan. It's like they made it as fiddly and as annoying as possible.
Yeah, and the noises Tira is making, well, it symbolizes that annoying.
Tonic notices Tira's antenna twitching in the same way a cat's that tail or a dog's ears might twitch when they're agitated. It's very subtle, but it's there. And if you know Tira, you'll know that this is her going sort of thing. But eventually, there's a very satisfying click, and the device powers down. Whilst you were investigating this device, you were able to also to figure out where and what would have happened. Something involving the computer on her desk. But again, you couldn't tell what. Would it explode? Would it detonate it? Would it transport it somewhere? You couldn't tell. Just something to do with the computer.
And I put up the device, and now we have access to the computer with no problems, I hope. Except some passwords or something like that.
So now, all three of you can go into the office without any obvious problems occurring.
Tira will go to the computer and try to hack into the personal files.
Alright. Now, this is going to be, again, a secured... Actually, no, I'm going to say it's engineering on this one. Because you're... But again, with focus applied. Because but this one, Brian. Sorry, welcome.
I'm going to go straight to the replicator.
Okay.
And I'm going to open up the panel underneath it, and I'm going to try to get to the history of the replicator.
Okay. As I was going to say, what you're doing whilst Tira's doing all this. Same for you, Todek. What are you doing whilst Tira is investigating the computer?
Todek would stand in the middle of the room and consider if a Vulcan would want to hide something, maybe physical, what would be the most logical place to do so.
Okay.
He's using logic.
He will go into his mind palace. to Sherlock, yeah.
Excellent. Like all images start flashing up in his head and everything. Okay, let's focus on... Let's go with Tira first, because you were talking first. Okay. So, you go to the computer. It's easy enough to turn on, and you it sort of comes up with enter authorization.
So, what do I need to roll to hack into it?
Yeah, this is good. This one's going to be a hard one. This is even with your hacking ability. This is going to be engineering and control again, but a 4.
We don't have any momentum, and I wanted to succeed.
It's going to be a 2. Sorry, I was looking at that wrong bit of notes. It's going to be 2, but with a complication range of 4. Sorry. Yeah.
You sadistic bastard.
Yes, I am.
So,
I'm going to move you back to the main panel for the website.
Since I want this to function, I want to buy 2 more dice with threat.
Okay, thank you very much. That you can do. There we go. Right. You now have 2 momentum to spend. Ooh. No complications either. Very good spend of that momentum. Very good. Very good. Surprisingly, you actually do manage to get into the system. The Admiral uses the equivalent of 1, 2, 3, 4.
The Vulcan equivalent.
And it's actually surprisingly easy to break in. You're like, no, this is not going to work. This is not going to work. This is not going to... Oh, bloody hell, it worked. I'll come to what you find in a moment.
Surak's first principle, it's always a password.
It was always worth giving it a try. Always worth giving it a try. Now, this one's for Wacom. Again, this is going to be another engineering role, but I'm going to say... I am going to say this is going to be an engineering and insights one. Do you have any focuses related to replicators or transporter technology or anything like that?
No.
Unfortunately,
that's like the technical side of this now.
Yeah.
The reasoning, yes, but no.
Oh yeah, no. Even so, it's still basic understanding. It's more a case of if you did, it would slightly change what you may find. That's why.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the person who does is currently occupied with the computer. You can't be in 2 places at once, Tira. But yeah. Okay,
I know.
Yeah, make an engineering and insight roll, please. This will be a base difficulty. I'm gonna say 2 base difficulty, but complication range of 1.
Okay.
Because you're not used to poking around inside the replica. I mean, you've seen inside them, but that's not the sort of thing you do. You're more used to taking pictures, flying a starship, things like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can tell some of it was replicated. but nothing to sort of say, in the record logs what it was. It's like, yeah, it was accessed on, just before you believe she left. It didn't look like it was a big thing that was replicated. It looked like it was reasonably small, but apart from that, you can't say what it was. It's just, it looks like the data records have been scrambled, but not properly, or someone's like tried to clear them, but it was in a rush sort of thing and only cleared it partially. That kind of thing. So it's
right. Can I collect the chips then?
Yeah, you can take the chips. It's easy enough. Just pop them out. You don't have to make a roll for them because that's the thing with Starfleet technology. It's user friendly for the most part. It's just when you want to start making changes that it gets a bit uppity.
I'll pop them out for later inspection.
That's easy enough to do. Not a problem. Tonic.
Yes.
This I'm going to ask you to. Oh, let's see, because this is you thinking. So I'm going to have a. And I'm actually going to say a science and reason roll for this one to sort of like put yourself in her mind, for want of a better expression. To see if I was going to hide something, where would I hide it?
Yeah.
Nice. You're Vulcan. You know exactly where you would hide something, and your eyes are immediately drawn to the IDIC statue.
All right. Then I will go over and inspect it.
Lift it up, and underneath there's this very small ISO chip. Well, yay big. Basically the equivalent of an SD card. Yeah.
And put it into. Is it compatible with the tricorder or?
It looks like it'd be more compatible with the desk. I mean, you probably could. You probably could put it in a tricorder, but you wouldn't be able to get all the information out of it properly. You'd only be able to get like the file names or something like that.
Then I will, Lieutenant Tira, or Tira, sorry, Tira. I have found something. If you are finished with your investigation, we should put this.
The copying of all the logs should be finished any second now.
They're finished.
Done.
But now it wants to restart for an update.
Yeah. Starting up there.
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it.
Windows 49.
By the way,
update 500 of 9 million.
the search history of the Admiral is very interesting.
Vulcan Love Slave 95.
So what did you find, Oleg?
I hand the chip over.
Plug it in.
There's a brief flash on the screen. It says connecting,
Fascinating.
and then boom, it connects, and you see a Ferengi on the screen. Who in the divine treasury are you?
I am the one with the latinum.
Good. Why are you calling me?
I'm looking for someone who owes me more latinum.
Aren't we all?
An Federation admiral, a Vulcan lady named Telok.
I don't know that name.
How much for that name that you remember it?
If I knew that name. If you couldn't afford the latinum. And it just ends the communication.
I call again.
What are the chances that call was traceable?
Exactly, I hope you both think of it, but I'm calling it again.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
Oh yeah.
It's like, I thought I told you to go away.
I'm a persistent customer and merchant.
You're annoying.
Good. So, if it's not latinum you're interested in, what are you interested in?
I'm always interested in latinum. I'm just saying you just couldn't afford my price.
how about a Romulan cloaking device?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, you almost had me there. Oh, I know you Federation types don't have access to things like that.
Who says I'm working only for the Federation? There are other organizations on Earth and in Federation space.
Well, that might. And you can see there's the sort of looking at his fingers like he's pretending to clean him kind of thing, and so he starts rubbing
And
his earlobe the way that some
have I
therapists do.
ever told you how impressive your ears are?
How good that you are, Umux Andorian. And you see he's sort of looking forward, going, Very. He's leering at you right now, and now that now you notice it, he doesn't appear to have anything on his top. He seems, in fact, you think you can even hear in the background what appears to be some kind of bubbling noise.
I'm still waiting for a signal from Tolek.
Yeah, we were tracing. Also, Todek is keeping half an ear in case this goes.
Okay, whilst
Todek has an idea.
Tira is
Okay,
using
he
all
wants-
her willpower to start flirting with a Ferengi.
Yeah, but should that go right, Todek has a plan.
Okay.
So,
I think,
but he will trace for now.
right. So this is going to be. I think this is going to be.
Science.
It's going to be science, but I'm trying to think what it would be.
Yes.
I'm going to say. No, it's not going to be insight. It's not going to be fitness. It's not going to be. I'm going to say control for this one.
Okay.
Because you're pretty much.
We have
sort
two
of,
momentum.
Yep.
Yeah.
Science and
What's
control.
the...
This is going to be a 2.
Okay, then I'll take
But
one of them.
I will say that. Does Wacom have anything to do with? I'm just trying to think. Anything to do with like communications or investigation or anything like that? I'm just trying to remember your focus.
What, journalism? That's investigation, kind of.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to say yes, you can assist because you're probably sort of giving Tonic hints and tips and saying, look, he's probably doing this. He's probably routing it through this sort of thing and things like that. So
How do I assist?
Help.
basically, you just make the same roll, and if you pass the test, Tonic gets a bonus basically.
Okay.
Which, considering you only rolled a 1, he's going to need it. Which he gets just about. Generally, an assist roll is normally, again, unless I say otherwise, a 1, and so you just
Okay.
It's you're not used to working this closely with a Vulcan, and as you're suggesting the idea, he's like you think he's ignoring you, but you realise his attention is divided equally between what he's doing on the computer and listening to Tira and you at the same time. So he's got like 3 things he's processing at once, which for a human would be damn impressive. For a Vulcan, that's a Tuesday.
Well, you know that Andorian fingertips are because of the cold weather, very soft and sensitive and perfect for massaging sensitive body parts like ears.
As you're saying this, he's going.
And helpful, almost.
Okay, I'm going to get you to make
Look at Tolek.
I'm going to get you to make a command and presence roll to see if you can bullshit your way through this. Well, through gritted teeth.
Where's Devrin when we need it?
Exactly.
What's the difficulty?
This is going to be a 3. Because Tira's not used to flirting.
Not flirting with the Ferengi.
Flirting with a Klingon? Yes, you just got to and headbutt him. That you can understand. Flirting with a Ferengi to keep him interested?
Flirting with other humanoid species, also no problem, but Ferengi, no. Okay.
Especially as this guy, as you're talking, you can see there's actually a few people walking in the background, and occasionally he leans back, and you think he's in a hot tub.
I'll take the last momentum for that, because of hilariousness. if that works.
Do it.
Because command and hero, at least no complication.
It's like, it's very tempting. Very tempting, Dorian. But,
Okay, at this point, Todek will hand the tricorder to Wacom. Just points to what he should be doing. Taking off his uniform top, so he is topless. Yes, this has a reason. And then he just puts a hand on Tira's shoulder. This is apparently not working. I shall talk to this individual myself. Thank you.
Yes, master.
the friend is just like, the fuck?
That's what I'm doing too.
I am under the... I have the information that you can provide me with the name of the woman that I am pursuing. Would 5 bars of platinum be sufficient payment?
Considering I was offered 100 bricks to keep my silence, you're gonna have to get the... You're gonna have to make it worth my while. But I grow bored of this conversation. Call me back if you can.
Would 200 bricks be less boring?
Now you're talking my language, Falcon. Continue.
Where I do believe it is customary to pay individuals like you up front. Where shall we make the delivery?
I'll send you the coordinates. There is. And he just sort of laughs. It's like, yes. And you hear there's a few like, feminine laughs coming, but they don't sound genuine. They sound like the laughter of someone who's paid to laugh. It's like, sort of. It's like, yeah, but he doesn't seem to notice. It's like, dee. Let me know when you get here.
Acknowledged.
And I look forward to seeing your friend Dorian. And he's really, as he's saying, this just cuts out in the middle of the thing.
Fucking buttheads.
Todek will take his uniform shirt and put it back on.
Why are you doing? You can keep that off, Tolek.
It would be illogical to walk through Star Trek headquarters, not for Starfleet headquarters, not fully dressed.
Is that technically you're not lying.
Yeah, exactly. That was like, how do I not lie? There we go.
So, you see on the information that's been sent through on the computer, the coordinates, and you see it as they're planetary coordinates, but you do see one name underneath it that immediately sparks all your attention. Risa.
Hey, Risa!
And that's where we're going to take a little break because I need to get a drink. And very quickly, sexual harassment, yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good. Somebody in chat has put 50 Shades of Blue.
Love it.
Brilliant. That's good. I like that one. Yeah, going to take a very, very, very quick break because I need to go drink, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes. And there's going to be a bit of a time jump rather than faffing around travelling to Risa. The crew are going to be arriving at Risa. Just as all we know, it's like 2 hours later, SpongeBob sort of thing. So we'll be back in a few minutes. was waiting for Brian to come back, so I thought for a minute we'd. Yes, it was Fairy Tale Jedi who suggested the 50 Shades of Blue. That was seriously. I just said before we came back that I wish now that had been the name of the episode, because that is freaking genius.
Well,
really,
the Force is truly with her.
It's again. I have to applaud that. It was genius, absolute genius. And they said, I would say that Tyrion needs a cold shower, but for Andorians that might make things worse. or better. He's just nudge, wink, wink.
Andorian porn novel. Hot
Not what I'm
winter
drinking.
snow. Sorry.
I mean, we had a naked Tellarite, we had a flirting Andorian, we had a topless Falcon.
I'm loving this episode.
And this was before the break.
Getting to Risa.
Yeah, I warned you this was going to be a mess around joke episode. So
And now we all three get some statues on Risa.
right. Okay. Before we go back to the plot, I'm going to give a little bit of a lore dump for those who don't know about it. Something to do occasionally, because I don't assume everybody knows everything about Star Trek, especially some of the things that only cropped up in 1 or 2 episodes. Risa is essentially a pleasure planet. Their whole ethos, their whole thing is to make people happy, as long as it doesn't involve hurting someone. Unless you're into that kind of thing. No, the thing is, it's all consensual. There's nothing bad happens. I mean, there's also it's not so much a fertility rite, but a event, I suppose you can call it, called Jamaharon, which you signal that you wish to partake of by displaying a small statue called a Horgna. It basically is what killed Curzon. No, legit, it's what killed Curzon. It's why he died. The last thing he did before the Dax host transferred to Jadzia was he went to Risa, had Jamaharon, and he pretty much died with a smile on his face. It's one of the reasons why it was good. It's why I forget the lady's name. When Jadzia turned up, they were flirting like man, because the last time she saw Jadzia, she was Curzon, and she pretty much killed him with pleasure. So, death by snoo. But it doesn't just have that. If you just want to chill on the beach, it has some of the most beautiful beaches in the Federation. The entire planet is climate controlled. It's tropical. There's actually areas that are like really cold if you want to do like a skiing and things like that. It is the ultimate holiday destination. It's there. The planet's motto is, what's ours is yours. So it's as long as whatever you're doing is it's not harming anybody, you're not breaking any laws, you can pretty much do what you want. There's something there for everybody. There's beaches, there's jungles to explore, there's mountains to climb, it is a paradise planet. And it's one of the reasons why it's so damn popular. Not only for the you know what's, but it's what we call in the industry the fade to blacks. Nobody really knows what Jamaharon really is, but all it knows is that it's you don't go into it with a weak heart. Let's just say that. But anyway, we're going to go back to the plot now. And as I said, there was a bit of a time jump to orbit of Risa. When the destination was declared, and you're all back on the ship now, so you don't have to worry about all that stuff. Obviously, the ship hasn't just gone off without you. Ricky's gone, screw you guys, I'm off to Risa.
We need to get a leash for Ricky.
And he was thinking about it, but he didn't do it, because he knows that First would probably tear him apart, who was still on the ship. But the entire crew has been informed that, for official reasons, the Damocles has been put on R&R. This is one of the matters that the captain was discussing in his office with the admiral. Was essentially what to do when you find your prey. And when it was relayed that they're probably on Risa. Now, a starship can't just turn up at Risa and start beaming down, doing investigations without raising suspicions. And you know 100% that if the ship turns up in full-on battle mode, for want of a better term, that's going to flow up every flag on the planet, and she'll get away. So you've got to be subtle for this one. You've got to play it by the rules. And officially, the Damocles is on leave. The entire crew has been given permission to go down to the planet and enjoy themselves. And there's an excitement. Ricky somehow has replicated 5 Horgners, and he's walking. You see him basically carrying them around, like offering them out. Vess has completely said he is not going down to Risa at all. He refuses to step foot on the planet, and his sister is actually, she's always wanted to go there, and she's basically now, in fact, Wacom, you find her crying in the hallway outside of the engineering, and she's literally just sitting down and crying. It's like, just sort of rocking backwards and forwards a little bit.
I go up and ask if she's okay. I don't know these people, so
Yeah, it's just a young Romulan woman.
Yeah.
yeah, it's just
She doesn't have a Starfleet uniform. She does have a Romulan uniform on, but she does have a Starfleet comm badge.
Okay, gotcha. I mean,
it's a bit of a weird mix, but because she is technically part of the crew, she has to have the badge.
well, my previous tour of duty was along the Romulan border, so I'd be used
Exactly.
to.
Yeah.
I'd be used to Romulan. So
Yeah, you can tell that she's an engineer of some type. You don't know what her specialisation is, but you've seen some weird shit on this ship in the last couple of days. So,
Jemadar walking around.
Exactly. You're pretty sure you
this
saw.
is nowhere near the weird.
You think you saw Volta as well. There's a occasion, and you might be tripping balls, but you think there's a tribble in the air vents.
Just every once in a while. What?
Yeah. Yeah, it just, yeah. Which is weird, because why isn't there more tribbles? It's only the one. Yeah, you see her sort of, not want to go.
Are you okay?
Oh, hello. I'm sorry. I don't. You're from
Oh.
you're from the Salish Sea, aren't you? The ship that got oh, I should have said that. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine. It was destroyed. Yep.
Hi.
Hello.
She's just like, are you going down to Risa as well?
Yeah, I'm thinking of going and finding some of the snowy place.
And she's I just wanted to go on the beach. And she's been crying for a while, but my brother doesn't want to go, and I have no one to.
How old?
She's, in terms of if she was human, she's probably around sort of 20-ish. I mean, the way to sort of describe her personality is, imagine a cross between Kaylee and River from Firefly. That's probably
It's quite a mix.
Yeah. No, she's got the technical knowledge of Kaylee, but she, the way that River is a bit scatterbrained.
Yeah.
And so like that.
All right.
So that's basically what it is. It's like she's, again, a Lord Dump. This is more for Brian, rather than Wacom. But she basically, the Romulan Star Empire, not the Romulan Republic, basically messed with her head to enhance her intelligence, and it's made her a little bit not unstable, but again, like River, sometimes she's not all there.
Okay. Gotcha.
But
Gotcha.
give her technology, she's a genius. And she's one of the few people who successfully integrated a Romulan cloaking device into a starship of the Federation. Perfectly.
Right.
It's scary how accurate she did it. But she is the person who is basically in charge of the cloaking device on the ship.
As much as I love sticking it to the man,
Yeah.
like to who I assume would be her brother, after seeing that she's a little bit off, I wouldn't suggest going anyway. You could. The ship is going to be practically empty. Could probably have free reign of the holodecks. You could visit any.
It's not. I've been on the holodecks and they're nice, but I ever since we arrived on this ship, I've been stuck in here, and I just want to go down to a real planet for once. I'm what's that human phrase? I've got cabin fever. She's getting really starting to get agitated now. It's as you've seen as you've again, Wacom, you feel a presence behind you and a big, heavy, scaled hand lands on your shoulder. Why is she crying? And you look around, and you are. What's this? So you'd probably be looking at the chest of a Jem'Hadar.
Right. Is it first? Is it the same Jem'Hadar in that last time? Okay, so I know who it is.
Oh yeah, I mean there are other Jem'Hadars around, but first is massive.
Right.
It's like since he got his quote unquote promotion, it seems to have triggered something off, and he's like the next stage of his growth has gone up, and he's got bigger.
Chemical promotions. I wouldn't.
No, that's basically what it is. Yeah, it's in effect. It's like boom, there you go. You got your next stage. You are now pimped out to be first. And
gotcha. All right. First, fantastic. She'd been crying when I came down here. She doesn't seem to have a chaperone to be able to go down to the planet.
What is chaperone?
Guardian, caretaker,
Protector.
Yeah, definitely.
Romulan. With me. And he just picks her up pretty much by the scruff of the neck. We are going to this planet. And he's pretty much just carrying her down the corridor. And while she's not exactly big, her feet are off the ground. And it's like, for the briefest of moment, she is eye level with Wacom, and you can see her. There's this brief moment of fear, and then it's like her brain catches up with what's just been said, and she starts laughing. It's like, well, if you insist, Mr. Jem'Hadar, to take me down to the planet, and he turns around to look at us, I do, and just walks off down the corridor carrying her. It's like, mental list.
Yikes!
5th weirdest thing I've seen today.
Yeah, just marking it on the list. There's the Tribble again.
Yeah, it's sculling in the heavens. And you see there's a big queue now for Transporter Room 1. You notice no one's using Transporter Room 2.
Gonna go to Transporter Room 2.
It's like, are you sure you want to do that? People go, I don't think he knows. And that's your wife. Yeah, there's no queue. You see Ven and I forget the names mixed up. But first, he's put her down, and you can see she's excited. She's clapping her hands a little bit, and anytime anyone gets near, first just growls, and everyone's giving them a very wide berth. But yeah,
Awesome.
But Transport Room 2, it's the other side of the ship. I'm not going to make you roll. I'm not that evil. Well, I am, but I'm not going to make you roll today. But when you arrive on Risa, in the thing, you immediately notice there's a temperature change. Whereas on a starship, it's a pretty constant temperature, and it seems to be like an average or a temperature that's suitable for as many different species as possible. Now, a Vulcan might find it too cold, or an Andorian might find it too hot, or a human might find it a little bit too dry, and things like that. But when you step onto Risa, the temperature is perfect. There's the sun. Even through the building that you've arrived in, there's sunlight, and you can see there's a crystal blue sky with a few occasional small bits of cloud, not enough to detract from it. The blueness of the sky, and you can feel the warmth in the air. There's a nice balance to the humidity. And you notice that pretty much everyone around you is in swimsuits or leisure wear and things like that. You can see people who haven't been to Risa before because they're all in like proper Starfleet uniforms and everything else. People who have been, and this includes the captain, who is in not a swimsuit, but he's definitely in casual wear. He's got the equivalent of like a Hawaiian t-shirt on. It's very, very garish and unpleasant to look at, this shirt. He's got shorts on and everything else. You honestly mean to say you come to Risa dressed like that?
Well, typically, I would grab a camera and go off and explore. So this outfit is actually quite appropriate.
Right. Don't get changed for F's sake. You're making me sweat just looking at you. That goes for you too. He's pointing to Tira and Tonic, who I would assume just have arrived as well.
Tira doesn't have her uniform on.
Tira probably would be in proper attire.
Tira is wearing something that haven't been seen on the Damocles before. She's wearing a short Andorian summer dress.
Oh.
And is barefooted.
An Andorian summer dress is just a lighter fur coat, though, isn't it?
Not really. Andoria has some summers too. Yeah, they are short, they are hot, but...
Well, basically, they're like Britain. It's like,
yeah.
Did you enjoy that summer? Yes, all 2 days of it.
Exactly.
So the worn once summer dress.
It's not exactly. Let's just say it's a few people as they arrive. It's again the people who've been to Risa not batting an eyelid when they see Tira, but there's if even like Ricky's just going. But then he gets distracted by somebody else walking past. You see him like waving to Hawkness as he starts running after them. It's like he just looks at you. Captain just looks at you, and goes, "Look, although you're going to relax and have fun, we are here on a mission. Keep your ears out. Find out where that Ferengi is, what information he knows, and where she is. We need to be discreet."
That's why I'm wearing this, Captain.
I know, and I'm impressed. Thank you. So there's somebody who knows what they're doing. Look, how often do we all get to go to Risa? We don't. And the only thing I'm going to do before I start my investigations, I'm going to the bar and I'm going to get shit-faced.
Have fun, Captain.
I will. And you see, as he walks over, one of the other Risings comes over and you see him like put like the flowers and stuff around his neck. So I was like, "Where's the bar?"
So, Tolek, what is the Vulcan doing on Risa?
Actually, what is Tonic wearing, just out of curiosity?
Tolek is wearing something more traditionally Vulcan, so it would be kind of like whitish linen pants and a linen shirt, but not a button, just something that with a V-neck.
Okay, so it's like sort of light cotton or something like that.
Yeah, more linen, bit rougher.
Okay.
And definitely adapted for warmth.
Good. Now, as you're saying that, you all hear behind you, "Oh my god!" or exclamations to that effect, and turning around, you see something you never thought you'd ever see before. You see Ven in basically a bathing suit, and although she's youngish, she's got a nice figure, but you can see, especially across her back and leading up her neck a little bit. Now she's out of her uniform, you can see there's a few scars, and they, to Tolek's expert eye, look like surgical scars. They don't. You can see basically where they are. These are all like the major nerve points. You can see there's like sort of like by the neck, underneath the arm, that kind of thing. They're not major, but you can definitely tell that when the uniform's on, these would all be covered up. Mm-hmm. But that's not what everyone's pointing at. They're pointing at the Jem'Hadar next to her. And and he's not in armour. He is wearing the what best be described as not swimsuits. I don't know what the proper
Some speedos.
Yes, that's a perfect description. He is basically wearing speedos, the Jem'Hadar equivalent of it. He's still got his Ketracel white on, thing on his arm, and going into his neck, as he always does, because he needs that to survive. But you don't see him with any weapons.
I go over to first.
But he's looking around like pretty much just going, anyone dare do anything or say anything, and I will kill you. He's feeling quite protective, or almost like between. Somebody comes up to sort of say hello in the and to greet them. Nothing bad, but as they get close, he immediately steps in front. It's like, stay back.
First,
Yes, Tira, and he's not breaking eye contact with the Rysian greeter.
I know that this goes without saying, but if anything, and I look at Gwen, happens to her, I will destroy all your Tetracell white rations.
That is fair. And again, he's not broken eye contact with the Rysian, who is he's starting to go pale. It's like, bloody Jem'Hadar. Oh god, we're being invaded by Jem'Hadar and Speedos.
Ah, shut up.
Wait, what ship are you from?
A good ship. And I go back to the others.
No, seriously, what and the poor greeter's going, seriously, what ship are they from? Yeah.
The Damocles.
Oh, as soon as that word is said, everybody starts to relax because they know that the Damocles has a Jem'Hadar. You become semi-famous around the quadrant for your eclectic crew, for want of a better expression. But the knowledge that there is a quadrant, or a squadron, of Jem'Hadar serving on board as security on the starship, that's something that would not be kept a secret. And Starfleet is something that Starfleet have encouraged. It's this sort of, look, we're working together with the Dominion, aren't we great, kind of thing. But, so they have no problem with sharing that. And as that information starts to inside, exactly, the triple comes back. As the revelation kicks in, says, Mr. Jem'Hadar, my apologies. My job here is to greet and welcome everybody to our fair planet. I mean, after all, what is ours is yours. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit shaken. I've never actually seen a Jem'Hadar and without meaning to, he looks down and let's just say first, he's not a small boy. I'm trying to put this as delicately as I can. Although he has no need of it, he's not a small lad.
So guys, any ideas?
You're here. You're here. Of course. And
that was to welcome and
I know he's sort of like butted in. This is his job. It's to welcome you and tell you what's going on. So, well, we've got some several events going on now. We've just had a new casino open on the far side of the resort. There's a beach competition going on at the moment. There's I know some people like there's like sandcastles for the kids and things like. As soon as it says sandcastles, Vess's face lights up. Sandcastle. First, can we go and build a sandcastle? And he just looks and it's like, you there. This sandcastle competition. We will enter it. And we will win. We will be victorious. And right this way, sir. And he very gently guides her away off to the beach. And you can see that there's a few people going, clear the beach. We'll send some people down. We'll let him win, for fuck's sake. Don't let... You can hear that they are rapidly organising a private competition on beach just for these two. So, how can I help the rest of you? And he turned now to Tolek, to Wacom, and to Tira.
What Todak has the coordinates. Where is that?
That's that. Oh, this is this is the new casino. The one I was just mentioning. It's again you sort of it points out the glass walls and you can see it's just in the distance. It's like I have been told to inform you that any damage and what's the word they said? It looks like that on purpose. It's not exactly the most. Well, it's not the way I would like it, but apparently people like to have the apocalyptic look to these buildings. I don't personally agree with it, but it takes all sorts. It's, I'm not here to judge. It's it seems to be very popular. Especially recently, there's been a lot of fringy going on. Apparently, there's some convention or something going on nearby, and they seem to really, really, really like the casino. So, yes, it's the coordinates are just over there. Is there anything else I can help you with? He's looking towards all three of you.
Can you point me towards the Federation replicators archive?
Yes, they're just over there. There's a he points in the sort of up towards what looks like the admin office, and there's like I suppose you've got like the equivalent of a replimat. I mean, although there are shops and places where you can buy food, ready cooked meats and things like that. Again, they all know this is like the equivalent of looking at it and seeing a vending machine. Some place going to a resort and seeing a vending machine, basically. Yes, you can have meals cooked for you. Yes, you can have them fresh from the sea. But sometimes all you want is just something from a vending machine, and that's what the replicators are there for.
Well, I was thinking more items.
Oh no, but that's
food,
what
but
it is.
Yeah,
it's it's like you want oh crap, I need to get some shoelaces, right? Rather than trying to find the shop, just go to the replica shoelaces or whatever.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna go over to change, get an outfit to change because I'm still in the Starfleet uniform. So,
and, before I forget, it says I've been instructed by a Admiral Clarvin to give you 5 people of these, and he reaches behind the desk and it's like he hands over. It's like who should I give this to? And he hands it to Tonic. It's a small case, approximately. It's sort of like looks like a sort of silvery case, about sort of A4-ish size. They're big. It's got like a it's like an attaché type case. That sort of metallic one, that sort of thing. And he's like, apparently he says something about starting funds or something. I'm not sure what the message was. I'm just passing it on. But anyway, if there's anything else,
Thank you. You can leave us now.
Thank you. It's like, and again, he looks towards the scene first. It's just like, and he heads to the bar.
Tolek,
Yes, sir.
how good are you at counting cards?
I
One,
believe
two,
I would be
He'd
quite
probably take it literally.
adept at it, yet I do believe that it is considered illegal.
It's not illegal, it's more like a zone of grey. If they don't catch you, I will keep an eye out you. We promised a lot of money to that little Sarangi.
I did not promise him money. I just inquired if that amount would be of interest to him.
something
yes.
tells me the Ferengi in question is not going to see it that way.
You sly little green-blooded goblin.
Okay, one thing I will say about this map is there are NPCs and stuff about, but because if I have too many icons and stuff on the map, it will slow my system down a hell of a lot. So I'm going to do the same thing I did with my D&D game and say that there are NPCs around, and if you want to interact with them, they will be there. It's just literally just to save on resources, because with the stream as well. What is the matter with you? So it's the catch is going mental. Yeah, they'll say there are NPCs and stuff all about, but it's just to save on resources, especially with the stream running and everything else as well. So if you say, is there a so-and-so around, I'll say yes or no. So it's just to bear that in mind. Okay. But yeah.
Okay.
you should now see the opening to the casino in front of you, and yeah, it's a short journey. Yeah, it's not even like 5 minutes from the arrivals bay, especially with the I don't call it, like a sort of like a monorail type. What do they call it? The track that you stand on that transports you, that type thing.
Right.
Yeah, one of those travelators or whatever it's called. And yeah, you arrive there pretty nice. And as you get closer, yeah, you do notice that it looks like a bit of a shithole, to be frank. But at the same time, paradoxically, it also looks brand new. You know, like if you get a pair of jeans that are deliberately ripped, how the holes look different compared to holes that are naturally developed. This place looks artificially crap. It doesn't look like it's naturally crap. It looks like it's artificially crap. It's like it's been deliberately designed to look like this. And you notice there, the assistant wasn't wrong. There are lots of Ferengi coming in and out of this place. Some of them looking upset. Some of them going, you know, there's one walking out with a couple of Dabo girls, his arms around a couple of Dabo girls with the biggest grin on his face, stuff like that. And it's yeah, I mean, there's humans, there's a few other Andorians, a few Bolians. There's pretty much, you know, 90% of the crew from the Damocles in terms of races are here as well. And yeah.
What is the matter with you?
Seriously, she's going mad. Yeah, you see. You do see lots of people come in. It's like there's a few faces you recognise. In fact, Tira, there's a face you definitely recognise.
Please don't lie on me.
And he's coming towards you. Approximately 5'10", blackish, dark hair, devilishly handsome, but a ridiculous number of pips on his collar and a Starfleet uniform. Tira, what an unexpected surprise! What are you doing here?
None of your concern. I see the scar in your face that's already completely faded.
Oh, it was never there in the first place, Tira. Aren't you going to say introduce me to your... And you brought your pet Vulcan along.
Yeah, well, you never leave your home without it. Especially if you want to enter a casino.
And who is this?
That's my newest friend. Keep away from him, please.
Aren't you going to introduce us?
Guys, meet my most special friend, Q,
and
Tolek, and welcome.
He does the very dramatic bow. At your service. No, seriously, why are you here? I mean, I could find out, obviously. You know, I am.
Yeah, you already know that, aren't you? You know that.
Now, Tira, there are rules. There are rules to our little game. You know that as well as I do.
But you also know that rules are meant to be not broken but banned.
That is very true, but this is... Well, let's just say, after that little wager that you did last time that you won me, and by the way, that actually worked out very well in my favour. I've been following your progress very closely these last few months, and I have to say, I like where you're heading. And
into a casino?
I see what you did there. I see what you... And he stops and just looks at... And he's pointing at Wacom. It's like... I see, that's interesting. They have their mark on you. Curious. And he just... Without even saying anything, he just turns back. It's like... And then we have this one. Looking at Tolek. I'm sorry, you were
Yeah.
going to say something, Tira?
Do I need to punch you again to explain what you just meant?
That's not my... Well, I could tell you, but frankly, that's not why I'm here. I'm actually here to make you an offer.
I'm listening.
You have a little thing in your quaint little cargo bay, do you not? Or shuttle bay, whatever you call it.
I look at Welcome. I don't know what you're talking about.
Please.
I really don't know what you're talking about.
I'll ask him later. I just can't be bothered to... Yeah, and again, as he looks at you, you get a very funny look from him, as if it's like... Not... It's like almost like curiosity. It's like he's looking at you going, wow, you really did leave their mark on you.
So what's
Okay,
up?
cool. And I just walk away into the casino.
Okay, well, you want to move your dude?
Toilet,
Yeah.
would you please leave us alone?
Oh, no. I think he can stay. He can stay. I want to see his reaction to this.
Okay, what's the
I'm-
offer?
Quite certain that you will be disappointed.
With you, yes. And he says that directly at Tonic. He's like, you Vulcans are so boring. Andorians, humans, Bajorans, they're either exciting as hell or boring as a Vulcan. But yes, that little ship of yours you have in your shuttle bay, you have a little problem with it, don't you?
Maybe.
Having trouble stabilising it, are we?
You know, a stable life was never one for us.
That is so true. And I'll tell you what. I know what your mission is here. I have a challenge for you. Specifically, you, Tira. If you can do this without hurting anybody, without even laying a finger on anybody,
Like, literally not touching anyone?
like literally not touching anyone, I'll be generous and say, in anger. Yeah, you can. If someone's in your way, you can gently move. I'm many things, but I am not evil. Much. Today. But if you can entertain me, I'll give you the information you need. And he just, this chair just appears out of nowhere, and he just leans back on it, and his big fat cigar just appears in his hand. He starts smoking on it, blowing the smoke deliberately into Tolik's face, which is impressive because he's sitting about 5 feet away, and this is like just like almost. It's
You know, Q, you already know my answer.
I do, but I want to hear you say it. It's part of the rules.
Yeah. I will keep my anger in check and won't touch anyone in anger and won't hurt anyone.
Oh, I was so right. Today is going to be an important day. Very well. Assuming you keep your side of the bargain, I'll be watching. He clicks his fingers and there's a flash of light and he disappears. For some reason, Tolik, your tricorder, or any other item that was on you, has now transformed into a small coconut drink with a tiny slice of lemon and a cocktail umbrella sticking out of it.
I take one and start drinking from it.
It's a strong Andorian drink. It's not sinful. This is, in fact, you think it's got a bit of rum and ale mixed in.
I might need your help today, Tolek.
You have it.
Okay, so I'm going to move you guys into the casino. As you walk through the door, you are assaulted by noise, by especially you, Tonic, there's a lot of Ferengi in this room, and they are. Let's just say the ones in here have not bathed for a while. They've been here in this casino. You think for a few days without bathing, or without cleaning themselves, and there's a funk in the air. There is a funk in the air. There's a few people coming along. There's a couple of waiters walk past, like with a tray of little shot glasses, like drinks, sir, madam, drinks, and they're offering you around. Like, and if you sit there and you point outside, we have water, we have fruit juice, we have, and points to different ones, the various sections, like complimentary on the house. And
Todek will take a glass of water.
they're good.
Tyr will take an alcoholic looking drink.
It's a sort of one that's purple and fizzing a little bit.
Purple, that's a new one.
Yes,
That's a new color.
yes.
Probably just switching the coconut drink up.
It's like putting, like, take the water, boom. It's like, it looks at it, it's like, just carry. Like, I've seen weirder shit on this place. Yes.
I believe. Do you have any preference for a game of choice?
Okay. This is where I'm going to sort of go out of character for the moment. There are pretty much most casino games in this place. Now, I've come up on the fly with some rules to make things a bit more interesting, to earn your way in. You've got blackjack, roulette, or their version of roulette, which is more like Dabo, really.
Dabo.
There is slot machines. There is darts target practice type thing. There is like what looks like a lottery, plus there's like miscellaneous cargo. Pretty much anything you would think you could find in a casino is in here, on the various tables, on the walls, and bits and places like that.
So, Tarek, I trust your judgment. Is by the way as well come with us again, or?
I would imagine.
No, I went to go change.
Oh, no, if you would have, the changing happened beforehand, before
Oh.
you came here. So you've arrived here now. So I imagine,
Well, I'm wearing a very sharp tuxedo.
because you would have seen Q as well.
Yeah, no, I know. I was just saying that when I went into the casino, I changed.
Oh, okay, so I understand that. Okay, yeah, easy
Yeah.
done. Yeah. There's,
So my idea is
there are changing rooms. So there's like bathrooms, toilets,
Yeah.
things like that. So
So I come back in a very nice tuxedo.
yeah, and
What?
actually, Wacom is probably the most well-dressed person in this room at the moment. He's standing out like a mile.
I have
Perfect.
the thing.
Because everyone else is like in casual gear and things like that, and you got Wacom in a suit.
Well, and with that, I have suddenly a plan.
Go for
What
it.
is it?
Welcome is our face, and we will advise him in games that bring us the logical and most statistical way of winning, thanks to Tolek. And I will keep an eye out for trouble if they are spotting us.
Statistically, the best odds of winning are at the blackjack table, followed by craps, then roulette.
Then let's start with blackjack until they get suspicious.
Okay. Right. Now, as I say, these are my made-up rules for this one. These aren't the proper ones. I've really condensed these down into a way to make it a little bit more realistic and doable in Roll20 and stuff like that. I mean, in theory, yes, I could do it, but it would take me flipping ages, and it's not worth it just for one episode. So the results will be the same as if they are blackjack, but it's not proper blackjack, if that makes sense. Okay? Right, I've got a thing here. Okay, Tonic, in your case, you find that there is several hundred strips of latinum.
Fascinating.
In fact, there's 200 strips of latinum. The way latinum works is that you have a slip is worth 1, a strip is worth 10, a bar is worth 50, and a brick is worth 100.
And we need 200 bricks.
At least.
Let's kill the casino.
You need at least 200 bricks of latinum. At the moment, you've got 100 stripped. So,
Well, Todek hasn't told anybody,
200
but
strips,
he,
sorry.
he has brought his 5 of the 10 bars he won on the bet.
Ooh. So
But that's a contingency.
yes, because that was, for anyone who doesn't know, back in the early days, this was involved probably one of the funniest episodes we've done. The Damocles had a race against another starship when the slipstream drive was involved. It led to the creation not only of the infamous Andorian drift maneuver, in which a starship travelling at slipstream velocities drops out of warp, handbrakes around the star, and then goes back into slipstream.
Using the gravitational pull of that star.
And it was pulled off perfectly. I have never seen a roll as good as that in my life. Todek made bank on that. And
Yes.
It's like to the point where it's like, I am never betting against Vulcan again. There is now a what would you call it, a reminder never to let Todek bet ever again in the Quark's bar. It's become a rule because he pretty much cleared Quark out of almost everything he had, and Quark had to call in a few favours to get some money back, and he wasn't happy for a while. But he once he saw the profits from that night, he was okay, but he still.
Yeah. So Todek took half of that with him.
Alright. That's the emergency fund, is it?
Yes.
Okay.
The rest has been put away somewhere.
Something. Good. Yeah. So, like I say, there's various games around, and it's like you need to buy in to get the 200 bricks.
Alright.
I'll be keeping track of what you've got. So, basically, it's up to you to decide how you're going to do this. Not in the Matt Mercer way.
No, Tira's not allowed.
No.
Well, with Beckham playing, Tolak advising, and Tira looking out for trouble. So that they know when to have to switch tables and games before trouble in the casino starts.
Okay. Yes. Okay, what I'm going to do to begin with as well, I'm going to get Tira to, if you can quickly make a security and insight roll, please. This is just to see, so you can get a lay of the land, to see, shall we say, what the security of this place is. And this is just a straightforward DC of 1. So DC, difficulty of 1.
Yeah, start rolling, please.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, pretty good. You see that this place has got what you would expect a typical entertainment resort security to have. The Rysians are naturally a very trusting people. They are. It's not so trust that they don't lie. It's more a case of, back in their history, they needed to be very trusting to survive, and when the Federation encountered them, that trust became, we want to make you happy, and it became, one of the things, it just basically became one of the fundamental building blocks of their modern day culture. In return for their hospitality, the Federation sent them, weather control satellites, everything else as well, because they realised that having somewhere here where people can relax properly, can chill, can do entertainment things, even including things like gambling, even if they don't always approve of it themselves. But having it in one central location like this, it's a good morale boost. It's a good thing. People say, I made this tour duty in the Gamma Quadrant's going a bit shitty, but hey, I'm going to Risa next week, yay! That kind of thing. So they realise the inherent value of having a place like this in the Federation, and there's a few members of the Admiralty who have come from Risa as well, and so they are, by their nature, generous people, and they are trusting, but they're not stupid. And what you are seeing around you as you check out this room is you are not seeing any evidence of them being stupid. They know that whilst they are trusting, some of their visitors are not. And so you do see there's a few, a little bit more burly Rysians around, and people who are a bit more muscular, and you see the scanning here. In fact, a couple of them make eye contact with you, Tira, as you're looking around. But they don't say anything. They just sort of look at you, give you a sort of nod, as if
I nod back.
they know what you're doing and they approve. So you keep it cool, we'll keep it cool, kind of thing. They're being discreet about it, and they appreciate that you are doing so as well.
Yeah, the thing is, we don't want to keep it cool. We will prevent
No,
the
the fact
rules.
is you're not making it a hassle for anybody
Yeah.
else. It's just like, you keep it cool, we'll keep it cool, it's all good. And of course, you know there's security around, like the cameras and things like that, but you don't notice anything out of the ordinary. Let's just say that. Although occasionally you think you do see Q, through the tables, looking over at you going,
I wink at him.
and then somebody passes in front of your vision and he's disappeared again and things like that. So, from this point on, it's pretty much all going to be up to you lot. I'm not going to be prompting you. You tell me what you want to do, and I'll tell you how to do it. You see anyone's
We're
going
starting with blackjack, right?
Okay. The way blackjack is going to work is whoever's going to roll, you will roll a d12 in roll 20, and that will be your hand, the total of your hand. You can then determine how much you want to place a bet on, and if you win, you would then roll a d10 to determine how much you win back as a multiple.
And do we get any pony for Tolek using advanced logics and mathematics to give us an edge?
Yeah.
That would be the plan.
You can, I can put this, because that's borderline card counting.
Yes.
So
Skip the borderline.
it is. I'm saying it's borderline because it's like blackjack's one of those sort of ones that if you can card count, it's good, but at the same time there is a logic to it, if that makes sense. So I imagine that out of all the games, this is blackjack. Is Hanno and Tonic was actually right in terms of winnings. Blackjack is the easiest one to win because you can use logic on it. Doesn't mean it's always going to win. It just means if you get say a 12, and then your next roll is say an 8. Logic says that if you roll again, you're gonna get a number that's gonna make you go bust. It's that kind of sort of logic.
So what Todek would do, he would just stoically stand behind Wacom
Okay.
and just have his hand resting on the back of the chair
Okay.
and just do little taps, 1 finger for hit and 2 fingers for save.
Ooh, this is going to be interesting. I'm going to say, what would this be? 'Cause-
And Tia tries to look pretty in her dress to keep the attention on her.
okay. Right. First of all, let's see if because this will determine how easy or hard some of these rolls are going to be for Wacom. So let's do Tonic's one first. Let's go with because this is I'm going to say actually command and presence for this one because you're trying to not draw attention to yourself, but at the same time focus it on one person. And this is going to be a 1 because Vulcans are very subtle, and people generally don't suspect Vulcans of cheating.
It's not cheating.
No, or sort of being.
It's just a suggestion.
Yeah, it's like I would suggest that you don't roll that dice again.
Okay.
So this will be for the entire blackjack game. I'm not going to make you roll for each time. It'll be to determine what it is. But be warned, I can occasionally use my threat to make things interesting. Okay. It's not something that Tolic's used to.
Yeah.
But you believe nobody will see what you're doing, especially if you you regularly sort of do that with your fingers, kind of things like you're stretching them. If you're standing there and you're doing that, and then when you're tapping the back of his chair every so often, you go a little bit harder. So if anybody's watching you, it's like there's no way they can see a pattern. But if you're sitting on that chair, you'll notice occasionally someone's tapping on the back of your chair, someone's tapping on the back of your chair, suddenly it's a little bit harder, and it will make sense. So the way the blackjack's going to work in this one, I know there's actually this might work. I've just suddenly thought of something. This may work. Please tell me it's here. I've still got it in. Where's it gone? No, that. Oh, yes, I do. Brilliant. Right. I've got the cards in Roll20.
Oh, der card.
Interesting.
Yes. So I'm going to actually use legit cards rather than rolling the dice. Let's make them big enough so people can see. Okay.
While you're doing that, can I just say this map is bloody amazing?
It is. It's not. I'm not the one who made that. It was the one that Ross suggested to me, and I've got the link. I will post it. In fact, I will post it at the end because it's very, very good. It's not just the map itself; it's all the components as well. It's like this is like a predetermined one, the sort of thing you can make. But if you want to make more detailed one, it's got like the little casino things. It's got the little slot machines. It's got a ton of stuff on it.
The details are.
The carpet is so bad on my eyes. It's fantastic.
Yes.
It's a Vegas carpet. It really is. It's brilliant. Okay, so what I'm going to do is see if this works. Okay. Oops. Deal. No. I'm just seeing if this works. Okay. Yes, it does work. Brilliant. Okay. I'm going to roll. So I pick a card from there, and you tell me if you want to, stay or split. Okay. I'm going to do. Okay. So the first card is a 2. The second card is a 7. I'll move that over there. Let me just see if that's shown up on the string first. It is.
Now, are these my cards or these
the
dealer's
These
cards?
are your cards.
Okay.
I'll put the dealer's ones in a separate position. Can I?
So are we playing?
You're playing blackjack.
Yeah, I know, but there are different rules. Like in some versions of blackjack, the first card a player gets is face up, so everyone can see him, and the second one is face.
The main reason we're doing that is just for the string.
No, I understand that, but I was asking: do the rest of the people at the table see my card, first card,
okay.
or is it traditional blackjack where only I see my cards?
It's traditional blackjack where only you see your cards, but for the sake of, shall we say, gameplay, I'm not going to show the dealer's cards until last.
Okay.
Because otherwise it will show the cards that one. That's the only difference, is I will be showing my cards last. So, how much are you going to place as a bet first of all?
Oh, what's the
minimum is 1 strip.
Well, we have to bid into the game, right?
Yep. So it's like you can bid in as much as you like, and if you win, again, this is just to say it's not the same blackjack rules, but if you win, basically you roll a D10, and that's how many strips you get back. So it'd be D10 times.
We have a decent start.
It'll be a D10 times 10. So if you roll a 100, so if you roll a 1, you only get 10 back. If you roll a 10, you'll get 100 back. I'm just bullshitting the rules. I know it's not proper blackjack rules. It's just
No, it's fine.
Just so you guys understand what's going
on.
So that's
okay. So we have strips, right? Not slips. So that's worth 10 slips. That's
slips
1/10 of a brick.
Yeah, it basically.
So if we bet 10 strips, we can get 1 brick back if we win.
Basically, yeah. I know it's not the proper conversion rate, but again, just to make things easier.
Okay. And I'm just working it out in my brain.
Okay.
Okay. That we have 200.
Oh, and by the way, aces count as 1 or 11.
Yeah. Okay. Start with 10 strips.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good shout.
Okay, so I'm just going to jot that down. So if I do that here, I'll keep you right. So you got 10. Okay, 10 strips bet. Right. So if you win, you could win between 10 and 100 back. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. So what are you doing?
Okay,
Okay.
let's do this as our step 1. Todek will actually be.
So Tira,
Okay.
what, before Jeremy can draw, what exactly is Tira doing at this point? Apart from just walking around showing her legs off. You know, there's a few Ferengi just going.
With her glass and just keeping an eye of everything and keeping the attention of everyone on herself so that the guys can not cheat in undisturbed.
Okay. I'm going to get you to make a very quick security and insight roll just to see if you spot anybody cheating. And this is going to be a 2.
Nope.
Right, no, you can't see anyone cheating. Doesn't mean they aren't. You just can't see anyone doing it.
Yeah, but I'm presuming some of the Ferengi are doing it.
Of course they
They're
are.
Ferengi.
Of course they are.
It's a good assumption. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so.
Okay. So let's go.
Okay. You want to go again?
Yep. Oh yeah.
well,
More than 9. You better believe it.
Oops.
Uh.
The Joker I'm going to treat as nice.
Oh look, it's Q.
Yeah. In fact, actually, the card does actually sort of just go waves at you.
If
That's spooky. That really is spooky.
That is put us at 20. I think we should stay here.
You're going to
I agree.
Yeah.
stay?
Yeah.
It's like, goes round. Dealer makes their draw. A 6.
Thirteen.
13. 14.
What?
Oh, over.
Bust.
Yes.
And they pay out. It's like, congratulations, and it's like yourself kind of going, sort of thing. They're giving you the I'll give that a shuffle as well. Boom. Okay, somebody roll me a d10, please, in the chat. In the game chat,
Fuck.
please. Okay, you get your initial bet back plus 10.
Okay.
Oh, plus 10.
It's plus 10. Yeah, this is on top. Obviously, if you bet, and you lose, you don't get shit, but you're getting your bet back. So you've now got 20.
Okay. Now we bet 20.
Okay. Nice to
Okay.
see you game, right? Again, same thing again, there's a few other people going around. Tira, at any point, if you say you want to do anything or whatever, please don't, sort of say, I would like to.
Yeah, it's like the thing is, I need to wait for you because until I notice that the guards are getting suspicious, I tap them out so they can change the game.
Okay. You don't. Okay. In that case, do you want to make another check to see if the guards are? I mean, you've only won one round so far, so no one is going to have any suspicion on you.
Okay.
So I'll give you that as a freebie. It's okay. So well done. That's about as much as they look. Is whenever there's a bit of extra noise, they'll look over. Oh, somebody's just won. But if they keep looking over and they keep seeing the same people winning, then they're going to be a bit suspicious. So,
Okay. So, 20 strips.
all right. 20 strips. First card is a 6. Second card is a 7. Again, it's a few other players. The another Tellarite sitting on the other side takes a few bets. He busts. It's like,
Okay. Yeah, hit.
Yeah.
okay,
Mhm.
Jack,
Shit.
you bust.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bad luck.
Yeah.
Bad luck, sir.
Oh well.
You take your cards. It's like, again, no, this, sorry, sir. And they
Okay.
take you to your things. Like, any more bets? Any more bets?
Down to 190.
Okay.
Okay. So now we bet 10 again.
Okay.
We go back.
I see where you're going. Yeah. So I'm keeping track as well. Do that one. Yeah. Ooh.
Oh.
Oh, and the thing about splitting, and stuff like that as well. Don't know if you're familiar with that rule. Like if you get 2 of the same cards, I'm allowing that as well.
Okay.
That's about as much as I know about blackjack. Yeah.
Well, there is doubling from a 9 to a 12, but let's just skip that.
Yeah.
Because that would make it 14. Well, that's it.
Stop.
There's a few people like looking at it, not in sort of what why you cheat kind of way. For a case of they look at each other and go, ooh.
Okay, stay.
So, okay, dealer's card is a 5, followed by an ace, and they're taking it as the 1. It's a 12. 22, they're bust.
Yes.
You win. Roll a d10.
Whoa.
Boom!
No, that was a D12.
Okay. Oh yeah, so it was. Okay, so you win. You've now got your initial bet plus 50. So you've got 60.
Alright. Okay, now we bet 20 again.
Alright.
So we're at 240, and then back down to 220 for the bet.
So we are up now, which is good.
You have an ace and an 8.
That's a 19 stay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hit the brakes.
Okay, a few people go like, ooh. Okay, and alright.
No one can see my cards but me. The crowd isn't saying anything.
No, it's more like I can put this. The oohs you're hearing, Wacom, they aren't coming from anybody.
Oh. Goddamn Q.
Yep. In fact, you actually look up and you now recognise who the dealer is. It's like, you're doing a lot better
That's
than
just not fair.
It's like, you're doing a lot better than I expected you to do. Let's continue, shall we? Oh look, an ace. I wonder what the next card will be, sir. Wink, a wink. Boom! Oh. Well, it seems like fortune isn't on your side tonight, sir. And he picks up the cards. By the way, in case before anybody thinks, I did not plan that.
Okay, back to betting 10 strips, please.
Okay, back to 10. You still got the... Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
We're at 210.
Right.
With that bet, we're at 210.
Tira, please make a security and insight roll, please.
Difficulty 1?
And yes, unless I say otherwise, it'll be difficulty 1. And there's no way I could have planned that, honestly.
I'm starting to get distracted.
Yeah, it's the sudden appearance of Q kind of threw off your game a little bit. And you sort of blink and look down and you see the ace and the king. And he's back at the dealer, he's back to his normal self. It's not Q anymore.
Do I see him anywhere in the crowd?
You see him behind the bar.
I look at him.
And he just goes, what? And you hear the voice in your head, Tira, please. I'm many things, but I would not interfere in a game of chance like this. Well, it surprised me as well a little bit.
Bullshit!
Does Wacom say that out loud, or is that Brian saying that?
That's Brian.
Okay.
Because I hear what...
No, you wouldn't hear it.
Hear
No,
what
it's just going
Tira's-
straight
yeah.
into Tira's head. It's like you see Q just sort of waving enough one of those coconut drinks. It's like, and there's a flash of light, and one appears in your hand. And just like goes. Again, somebody walks in front of you, and he seems to disappear. Okay. Are you still playing blackjack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we
Yep.
haven't
I
received
mean-
an indication to move yet, so...
Yeah, and it's not like we are breaking the bank. So
No, that's
yeah,
true.
back
You do it.
to betting 10. We're on 10. Back to 10 strips, and
Yeah, I mean the fact that you've probably lost as many as you won, you're not rousing any suspicion from the guards.
Yeah.
But we're still up 10.
Yeah, you are,
Yes.
but you're not
Big
at a
gain, but I know.
the fact that you've lost 2 is not making the guards suspicious at all. They're just going, you win some, you lose some, kind of thing. That's what basically you're playing as they expecting, so it's actually working in your favour. I will say that. You've got 12.
You got it. Yeah, you got to hit.
Yeah.
Right. An ace.
Well, 13. Hit again.
You got hit again, yeah.
Yeah.
Another ace.
Fuck me. You got to hit. That's
14. Okay, I hit.
yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, I said 14 would still hit. I say.
16.
Jesus.
What? Sorry, I'm behind on the.
16.
It's 16.
Okay. We could stay.
I usually stay only from 17 on. Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. Hit.
Even the crew is like, okay, go enough. I'm just here to deal out the cards. I'm not here to judge.
Oh, yeah.
Booyah!
And with that, it's like even the croupier. Sorry, the croupier. Sorry, I was getting my names mixed up. Sort of it's like he gives a very silent, nice.
Yeah,
Dealer's
we're
turn.
gonna stay here.
Dealer's turn. Joker. Jack, sorry. 14. It's a 20. Dealer always has to go.
Mm.
If they get an ace, they've got it. It's a jack. They're bust.
Woo!
There's a few smattering of applause because people, although they can't see your cards, they can see the fact that you've got a load of cards, and there's a definite applause from people.
Alright, so roll a 5.
Okay, what I'm going to say with this one is because you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards, roll the dice twice and add the value together.
Nice.
Okay, so you got 6. Alright, so you got 60 back. So first roll 5, not bad. Second roll 1.
Okay, that was our first win in a row, so we are now betting 20.
Okay. Before you do that, Tira, make another security and insight roll, please. And if you're doing anything in particular, again, to either help, hinder, or keep an eye out, let me know.
I'm just keeping an eye out, and because the guys are doing a good job, and yeah, 1.
Okay. Yeah. Again, the security guards they're looking over you, but they're not paying you that much attention because the fact that you've lost a couple of games, they're thinking if someone's going to win, they'd win every game. Why would someone deliberately lose? And the fact that the dealer got a king, or it was, and a ace, they're pretty much ignoring you for now.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
Just saying. Oops. Yeah. Wrong button. There we go. You got an 8. You got a 3. So that's a 12.
11.
Yeah.
11.
11. So
That's 11.
You are correct.
Well, yeah, hit. Definitely hit. Well, we're good.
So, I just imagine back. I'm just going. Like, actually, what would you say his expressions are whilst he's playing?
Stressed as fuck.
Would you say he's got a poker face right now? With his
No.
cards? Or was he just?
No,
going
he is the opposite of Tolek.
I like that. Okay, so when Tolec's just like.
He's like slightly sweating. Part of his hair is just like he can't control it. It's not his game.
One of the waitresses comes over and goes, "Would you like a drink, sir?" She's like, she's actually.
Yes, please.
It's like, we have water, we have Simfol, we have any alcoholic beverages.
Is she like carrying stuff?
Oh yeah, she's got like a tray of stuff. She's basically one of the waitresses coming around with the usual drinks, sort of things. It's
if there's a water, I'm gonna grab the water and
yeah. She
chug it.
just points to one and says, "This one there is chilled from Andorian ice."
Wow.
Yes, it's supposed to be. It's not really Andorian ice. It's just what they call it.
Right. Yeah, I down it.
Thank you.
Super stressed. I can't deal with this. This is not
She's
mine.
sort of standing by you and goes, as if she's.
Oh, yeah, I understand. I give her a strip.
Thank you very much. And she puts it in the little. It's you don't have to, but it's kind of like a. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a gratuity.
Exactly.
I'm an American. I understand.
Exactly. I thought if anyone could understand that, you would. So. The dealer makes their.
So now we're on an odd number of.
That's fine.
Dealer gets notes.
Tolek is annoyed.
Yeah.
Dealer gets no race.
What the? Who shuffled those cards?
The computer did.
Sure.
I have to take the lower number. I have to take the X is a 1. So that's 13. 14. 24.
Woo!
Sweet.
Okay, I'll actually say to sort of speed things up a little bit. For the dice roll, make it 2 dice this time rather than 1, because otherwise it will take a little bit longer. 15. Boom! You get 150. There's a couple of the Ferengi looking at you.
No, we bet 20.
We bet 20.
Oh, you bet 20, so it's 300.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get 300.
Nice.
So how many blocks are we having now?
You have 3 blocks. You need 200.
Okay.
So we're at 579 strips. That's 5 bricks.
Yeah, and as this is going on, Tira, you hear Q's voice standing right behind you. Goes, although this is very stimulating, don't you think they're taking things a little bit slow? Don't you think they should speed things up a little bit? I mean, I could help you if you want, in return for a future favour from you. And he's sort of leaning in, and impossibly sort of leaning in, kind of thing. It's like. No, by the way, no. The only people who can see him right now is Tolek, Wacom, and Tira. Anybody else just sees a generic waiter.
If we can talk in private, I'm here. I will hear your proposal.
Oh no! I want to have an offer from you, but we can have silence if you wish. And he kicks his fingers, and Tolek, out of corner of your eye, you see Tira disappear.
Not changing expression.
Yeah, she just literally disappears. In fact, boop. Didn't sit that far. And Q's in the same room as you, just down there.
So, what's your angle here? And don't make me hit you again.
Even if you tried, it wouldn't hurt me. And you notice that he is now wearing a metal codpiece. Like sort of one a knight of old would wear. It's sort of like metal jock strap kind of thing. It's gaudy. It's horrible to look at, but it's that if you kick that, you probably break every toe in your foot. So, simply put, Tira, I wasn't kidding when I said that ship of yours and those crew on board are a lot more important than you realise.
Okay, then.
And today is especially important.
Okay, then I have a counter proposal for you.
I'm listening. As he says, I'm listening. There's a lounge. He appears on the bed, basically wearing what can best be described as a Borat-style mankini, and with a rose in his mouth like that. It's like, go on.
You will help us, and I will owe you a favor. Not Tolek, not Wacom, not Captain Pro, not the Damocles. I personally will be in your debt.
You personally will be indebted to me.
To you. Yes.
And I will collect that at a later date. Of my choosing, not yours. And he's wiggling his eyebrows with a... Again, he's basically spread eagle on the bed right now, just going... there's like drinks appearing from nowhere and he's just drinking them like a few canapes. It's like, do we have a deal?
Deal.
A pleasure doing business. And he clicks his fingers again in that bright flash of light, and you find yourself standing right back next to Tolik.
Tolek?
Yes.
Beat bet everything we got.
Ral, I think you requested your personal reserve, and Chodok will just take out the 5 bars and...
When the Ferengi's next to you, just like his eyes go, ooh, hi. It's like hi, I'm done. It's like he starts trying to introduce himself to Wacom. It's
Right.
I imagine it's a glare from Tira. It's like, we can do business later. And you seem to just go, okay.
So that's
If the croupier
250.
sort of looks just like, is Sir sure? You wish to make this bet?
I believe Mr. Wacom
we
has
we
not
just
indicated otherwise.
I think we just lost Brian.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm doing math.
Okay.
I meant like,
This is my I'm too stupid to do this face.
I meant it's like Wacom's just basically just going, one moment. I'm considering.
I'm like, Wacom is like sweating profusely.
And
Like,
Chodok is
all of it? Are you sure?
That deadpan at the dealer. I do not believe that Mr. Wacom has indicated otherwise.
Now that was what, 50 bars? You said?
5 bars.
5? Oh, that's not.
It's 5
okay.
bars. It's basically 500 strips.
That's quite a bit.
No, it's
500
not.
strips.
It's just Latin. We are from the Federation. We don't have any use for that.
Well, the other 5. Well, not the other 5. 3 of the other 5 Chodok sent home to his parents, especially for his new sibling,
Yes.
as kind of a fund. And
Yes,
he has
okay,
kept,
so do what you will with it.
yes, and he has kept 2 for. Well, we'll see.
Okay. Future emergencies.
Yes.
Right. So,
Well, and maybe he will get the 5 back as well.
oh,
because-
he will, because yeah.
I'm just turned into a warlock.
Okay.
True.
Alright, you ready?
Alright. Yeah.
So the croupier's like, are you sure you wish to make this bet, sir? Can I, because this is over our normal limit, I have to ask you to verbally confirm the amount you are betting.
Tira puts her hand on the shoulder of Wacom and just squeezes a bit.
Yes.
And the amount, sir? Again, we have to do this for security. And there's a couple of the girls now who are
Yeah.
paying attention. Let's just say that.
Chodok will now take a step back. Just that there's no suspicion at all. Put his hands behind his back, like a Vulcan does.
You don't think it's because they think you're cheating? It's just because of the sheer amount that is being
Yeah,
bet
but
on it.
it's just Chodok will not have one. Doesn't want this disputed.
Okay, that's fine. It's you get the feeling it's like a standard procedure. Anytime anybody bets over a certain amount, the croupier alerts and says someone's doing a big bet. Can you keep an eye on us?
Fair.
So, again, sir, so when you're ready, I'll have to ask you to confirm the amount that you are betting, and then we can proceed.
Okay, so that is 2,829 strips.
2,829 was that, sir?
I think that's right, and Brian thinks that's
okay,
correct.
I'm going to call it
maths.
2,000 to make it easier to work out the result.
Well, because I gave one strip away,
yeah,
so
I'm going to say that's probably just for
That was your private money.
to make it easier to work out the winnings. I'm going to say it's 2,830.
Okay.
Because remember you were given some complimentary stuff from.
okay, guys.
Well. So it's probably like those kind of tokens and that sort of thing. They expect you to give them out to your waitresses. So. And
Okay, so yeah, 2,830 then.
Yeah, the bet is confirmed. Meanwhile, the Frankie who's sitting next to you is sitting there just going. And starts rubbing his ear frantically. There's opposite is there's another Andorian actually, male, and you can see him just look at the numbers and go, This is to say, you got balls, and there's a terrorite.
No, I don't.
No, but that's what he's thinking. He's like, you got some serious nuts on you, lad, sort of thing. Like, very well, we shall begin. First card. Now imagine all the other bettors are, in fact, Tira, you notice there's a few people gathered around now looking at this bet that's going on.
That was to be expected.
Yeah. First card comes out.
If we now get the blackjack, that would be just hilarious.
All I'll say is, just bear with me to the end of this round, just before you react. That's all I'm going to say. The Queen. 5. I have to hear it from the official person who's doing it. It's all on you.
God, 15.
Yeah. You're the one who's officially doing this.
You got hit on a 15.
Okay.
It sucks, but you got to do it.
It's 25.
Yeah.
As that card hits the table, 3 of you see there's a brief pause, and you all hear this voice in your head say, "No, that won't do." And there's a brief flash of light. I would have to ask you to confirm the amount you are betting, sir.
Jesus Christ. 2830.
Again, are you actually sure you wish to do this amount?
Yes.
Very well. Again, you see the ring is sitting opposite you.
He's getting worse. This is worse for her all.
And Dorian's like, you got balls to make a bet like that, lad. And in the background, Tira, you see Q just go.
Thumbs up.
Don't encourage him.
There's a king. Oops. Sorry. Oh, what's going on? Oh, sorry. Okay, go try it again. Sorry, that's my fault. I didn't do it properly. My bad. Let's do that again. There's an 8. Okay, an 8. Sorry. And an ace.
19?
Yeah, or a 9.
We won't get much better than 19.
Well, you could get 2 better than 19, but yeah, we'll stay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but the odds are against that.
Although the casino is noisy, paradoxically, this table and the area around it has gone quiet as hell. Wacom, you can feel everybody around you looking at you and this game right now. The Fringy next to you takes his cards. He's bust. It's like he just looks at you and goes, "I hope you clean him out." The Andorian doesn't do too bad. He gets a 19 as well. But he's only betting a few strips. He's not getting crazy like this one. Then the dealer draws their cards. There's a 10. Everybody breathes in. The second card is pulled from the deck. It's a king. Dealer has to pull again. Again, everyone around is just like, and it's a 2. Everybody goes nuts, and even the dealer just turns and goes, "This is going to take me a few seconds to work out how much you've won, sir. Could somebody roll 2d10, please?"
I'm just like head down on the table.
There's 12 times. I'll have to use a calculator to work this out. So bear with me. 12 times 2, 8, 30.
Here, keep going.
33,960.
Yeah. So then you divide that by 10. So you've got 33. You've got 33 bricks right now. And Tira, can you now make another security and insight roll?
No, divide by 10 is 3,000 bricks.
No, the bricks are 100.
Well, yeah.
Bricks are the strips that are 10.
Then that's 330.
330 bricks. There you go. You've got your amount. And
I have bad news for you.
Fuck.
you see one of the security guards sort of going and starts walking towards you. You see Q standing next to you again. Do you want me to deal with this one for you again, Tira? Shall I add it to the tab?
No.
Or you want to deal with this one yourself?
Yes.
I was
And
right.
our bet is still on.
Oh, I know. And you see him eating this popcorn that has appeared from nowhere. It's like
So how many
this little chair. He's just sitting down. In the background, you see there's only one security guard who seems to have is walking towards the table. The rest of them they're basically sort of putting their arms out, protecting Wacom from anyone who might try to help themselves. And things like that.
How many bricks do we have now?
339
The
bricks
equivalent
and
of 300.
60 strips left over.
So,
Perfect.
they say, well, we can't, it's going to take you a small while. So, but in the meantime, the croupier gives you a little data pad. Says this will be valid if you wish to play on any other games. And well done, very well done. And there's people applauding you and things like that. Everyone's like just like going, and you see the Ferengi just going. He's with me. He's like trying to get forward as if he's trying to ingratiate himself with somebody who's just won 300 bricks of platinum. But
My poor tuxedo is completely ruined from all the flop sweat.
oh yeah, you are sweating buckets. But you do notice that the security guards got really close now.
I'll go between the guard and welcome.
Excuse me, ma'am. I just have to get past here to deal with this. Something's not right.
Why?
It's my
Why
job.
why there shouldn't be anything right? He just won.
I know. An incredibly large amount. After
Yes.
winning and losing.
He was lucky.
I still have to check at the very least. Excuse me. And he goes to walk past you.
I follow him.
Goes over to the table. He has a quick word with one of the security guards. Yeah. You can't hear what they're saying because they are whispering really sort of thing. No, he confirmed it. It's doesn't say anything. He just steps back and he's keeping a very close eye on Tira. He just
Tolek, don't we have a certain date with a certain entrepreneur?
In a moment. We have to get our money.
It's been given to you as it's going to take a little while to actually give you the physical bricks, but you've been given a data slate which is basically the equivalent of a credit whilst they get the bricks together, because it's going to take a little while.
We probably have to go out to the cash out
Exactly.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they don't want you walking around with 300 bricks. That's just they're not stupid, but it's you can basically if you hand that to someone, it's secure. You can't hack it. And because you've now got a data chip which is basically worth 300 bricks, it's worth 300 bricks in this casino.
Right. Well, guess I better go cash out. I get up.
Yep, that's fine. You go to the cashier's desk is basically over here. I'll move you over there so you can see where it is. It's basically just over there. So there is a croupier behind the
Right.
thing. And again, you see, all three of you notice that the one in the middle is Q. He's just looking at you going, tick tock, tick tock.
I just hand him the credit.
He looks at it, like runs it through. This is Q who takes it from his like,
Yep.
I'll handle this. He takes it over, scans it. He reaches down, pushes the bricks towards you. Well done, sir. Have a good day, and I hope your deal goes well.
I'm just staring at him, like straight in the eyes.
He's staring back at you. It's like, well,
Not aggressively. I'm not
No,
aggressively staring at him. I'm just like matching him.
you get the feeling that, for want of a better expression, Q is looking into your soul. There's no other way to describe this.
What soul?
Or your, no, your Bajoran, so it would be your
My pa.
Your pa, and it's
My
like,
ear starts tingling.
oh, it's tingling like a madman. Do you? I can't remember. Does Wacom have the earring?
No, he does not.
Okay, so I was gonna say, because if you did have the earring, that would be like practically, feel like it's
Jingling.
vibrating. It's not, but it's that's the only way I can describe it. It's, the human phrase "someone walks over your grave." That's what you're getting looking at Q right now. And he just smiles at you. He's like, "Have a good day."
Yep.
He's just grinning.
I turn around and I ask Tolek if it would be a good idea to summon first to be our bodyguards with this mud.
I'm here.
Yeah, you got a kick-ass Andorian.
Should not have any issues.
Okay. You do Wacom. Tira. Tira. You do feel a slight tap on your shoulder.
Yes?
I've been sent with a message for you, ma'am. I believe mutual acquaintance believes you and your friends are, what was his words? Invited to join him.
Very good.
This way?
Time to get shirtless again, Tolek.
Okay. And I'm gonna. You can find yourself. Again, these rooms are actually in much better condition than they look. They look. Let's say they look damaged, but when you actually sort of look at the patterns on the floor, you actually see that they are. It's like a paint. It's like an artwork almost. It's not actual damage. It just looks like damage. The room itself is actually very high quality, and there's, unfortunately, I couldn't find an image to represent the one I wanted. So just imagine that the bed at the moment is actually a hot tub, and there's several ladies in various stages of undress in the room. There's a very tall Andorian lady, probably about the same height as Tira. There's a Vulcan, light skinned, not the one you're looking for, and there's a human as well. No, not human, Bajoran, sorry. And she's sitting on the edge of the tub. Look at you as you come in. So, I believe you have something for me. And he just looks up at Tira. Well, I haven't got all day.
Give him the bricks. I believe it was 200, right?
Yes, yeah. No more than 200.
Yeah, I don't give him any more than 200.
He does see the case and it's like, should have said free. Very well. I am a Ferengi of my word. He reaches over and picks up what looks like a tricorder type device. And he presses it. As he presses it, you notice that the Andorian's form shimmers. And as it starts to shimmer, you see a dark-skinned Vulcan. You treacherous swine, you promised you would keep me safe. And you see Admiral Tulloch in the room. Still in her Starfleet uniform. It was basically a holographic disguise she was wearing. It's like, there's your Admiral. he starts talking to like Deborah Jones and says, see my dear, I told you I could make you wealthy. And he gets a couple of the I think he just gives one to her, one for you, or one for you, and he takes hers and he's like, yeah. He starts rubbing his ears frantically.
Admiral, would you please come with us?
Oh. So close. Something you notice straight away is that for a Vulcan, she's on edge. Very much on edge.
Admiral,
Yes,
your chances of escape are minimal.
my logic agrees with you, Tulloch. It's like she's struggling with her words a little bit. I didn't mean it to happen like that. They told me if I gave them the ships, they'd let the crew go. And she's just staring at Tulloch now. You can feel the hatred pouring off of her. Well,
It is obvious you were deceived, Admiral, and for that you should accept the consequences.
she just pauses. And for the briefest of moments, her face just drops to a look of horror on her face. And telepathically, Tulloch, you hear, help me. And then the defenses come back up.
Tulloch will walk over, and just to get her out of here without a fuss, he will nerve pinch her.
Okay.
Because he can do that!
She doesn't even resist. She just drops.
And she will not hurt herself this way.
Exactly. Even the French just like, go, go, go.
While Tyr stands up with her
I know.
hands balled into fists and just almost trembling. Very angrily trying to, until Tulloch makes a nerve punch.
Alright, yeah. And Tulloch will then just pick her up and...
Oh, she's surprisingly light. I mean, she is surprisingly light, and I'm going to sort of speed things along a little bit. I've just seen what the time is. Distracted by the cat. As you make your way back to the administration building, you see First and then running excitedly. First is standing there. He's looking he is looking proud. He is looking like a happy Jem'Hadar. And you see, Tira, Todek, we won! And she's clapping her hands. You see she's got like what basically looks like a little trophy type thing. It's actually a nice, it's not a participation trophy, it actually looks like a decent trophy. And it's like, first is just standing there going, we conquered the battle against the sea and the beach and the sand, and we won. Today, victory is life. And even better, so yes, victory is life. It's amazing. And she just runs up to, she just hugs first, and he gives a very cool pat. On like, he sort of looks at Tira and goes, "What do I do now?"
Hug her back. That's part of your social education.
He sort of, because he is massive. He's pushing 8 foot tall, and he's a big boy. And you see him just very gently, sort of hug her, and she just wraps her arms around him even tighter. It's like, this is brilliant. This is amazing. Best day ever. As this is going on, again, Tira, you feel a slight tap on your shoulder. Well done. Very well done. Now, I believe we had a bargain, didn't we? Actually, we had 2, if I remember correctly. Hold on to my word. I'll tell you what you need to know. Or, more correctly, what you need to know. You actually have all that you need to stabilize the Forerunner. And he just points at Ven. I think you know what I'm talking about.
It was right in front of my eyes.
And he just grins like, don't worry, I won't forget about our other bargain. And like a Cheshire cat, he just sort of fades away, and all you can hear is that not manic laughter, but you get the feeling, Tira, you may have made a very big mistake.
But it helped the mission, and it's only her, not the Damocles, not the crew.
Yeah.
You know her.
You've made the proverbial deal with the devil. Okay. Again, I'm going to speed it along just because it's the time. So normally this will be where the episode ends, but I know somebody wanted to do an epilogue.
All right. Just before you do that,
Yes?
Yeah.
Todak will take from the leftover winnings. Definitely take his 5 bars back.
Oh, that's more than acceptable. In fact, you get us. In fact,
I don't take any of it.
all 3 of you, because you've come back with way more than you was given. You're all getting commendations for this because they don't know. The Admiralty don't know how you did it, but somehow you not only achieved the objective, you did it properly. You didn't break any rules. You didn't cheat that they know of. And you somehow walked out with probably the biggest win in Rysian history. This is going to be talked about for years. How this 3 people just walked in, slapped down some latinum, and walked out with 300 bricks.
Yep.
And Wacom, over the next few days, you're going to get calls from that Ferengi who wants to be
Great.
honest with you. But eventually he does stop when the first answers the call one day.
So
Yeah.
Tyr uses the emptiness of the Damocles while the vacational riser continues
Okay.
to get some molecular pattern enhancers
Yep.
and some parts. It's a good thing to be the chief of security and have access to all the security measures and parts of the Romulan cloaking device.
I will say, however, although Tira is head of security, when it comes to the Romulan cloaking device, Ven is in charge of that. Not even your security can override it. If she chooses to give it to you, however, that's a different matter. But you cannot just walk in, claim head of security, and just take it because...
I just lost my wind in the speed of time.
Yeah. So you mentioned like you want what from the cloaking device?
Just some spare parts of the chronotronic field generator.
I mean, the only reason why you might want something like that is if you want... Oh, that might work. I will help you on one condition. And she said that almost like sort of like a small toddler would when they think they're being sneaky, like.
And in her mind, that's the day with the deals.
Yes, it's just like I'll help you on one condition.
Which one?
I want to watch.
Okay.
she sort of gets all the parts that's needed, and you take her to the shuttle bay.
And I modifies the molecular pattern enhancer in something new.
Yeah.
That in a chronotronic pattern enhancer. Build them around.
Between the two of you, you build like a little fence around the I suppose you can call it the marked off area in the cargo bay. Everyone else has been shooed out. The only people in here now are you and Ven. And she's just looking at you going,
Stay out of it. Stay in a safe distance.
Don't worry,
please.
I just want to watch. I know what you're doing. I just want to watch.
Okay, activating them.
The field pulses, and you see that the Forerunner in its phase state is like it's almost like it's fighting, and like
Come on, a little bit pushing the energy levels to 90%.
it's from one end. It seems to. It's like it's sort of like it's like you're trying to push two opposing forces together, and it's almost touches.
100%.
It does it, and there's a brief flash of light, and you see that the Forerunner is unfazed. Literally, it is now. It doesn't. In fact, it looks like. You wait a few seconds because it would have phased back out. Wait a few more seconds. It's not phasing.
And then, because it's Tira being Tira, without saying anyone, to enter the Forerunner.
Enter into the Forerunner. You through the front what do you call it, the window view screen, you see Ven, she waves to you like through. What are you doing inside the ship?
Starting to access the data banks. All of them.
You notice there's a lot in these data banks. A lot. There's weapon designs. There's what looks like alternate histories. There's what looks like files. There is a wealth of data in here. You're going to need multiple tricorders to download all of this. It's interfacing with the ship system, the tricorder, perfectly. And then you hear meep, 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 meep. There's a brief flash of light around you. From the outside, Ven starts looking around. Tira? And the cargo bay is empty. And that's where we're going to end it for the night. This is something originally planned because when I can put it because this was before I realised I wouldn't be away. I'll be away for next game. So originally this was to explain why Tira had disappeared. But for now, this is just going to be the mid-season cliffhanger. The ship has phased out completely. Dum dum dum. To be continued. So again, it's still.
It was nice playing with you
It
guys.
was nice. Yeah. So next
Yeah.
we've got a new player starting.
Yeah, I will keep watching the show.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. In case anyone thought. But yeah. So there won't be an episode in a couple of weeks, just so because of everything else that's going on. But yeah, this is going to be an interesting one because I know what I am doing for the next one. It's another follow-on episode directly from this, but yeah, this is going to be fun. This is going to be a fun one. In the meantime, I'm going to go and crash out because I am really freaking tired now. Thank you all for joining me, and yeah, I've seen the chat. Yes, the Tribble. Yeah, any reference to the Tribble is basically the cat. So, good night, and as the Vulcans say, live long and prosper.